Hello, everybody. How is everybody? Good. Boy, I'm scrambling around trying to get my dinner ready, and I thought I could get it at before I started, but isn't going to happen. Mm. Hot, 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 hot. No, I won't show faces. If you prefer, yeah, but no, that's not required here. As long as I know who you are. Hang on. Okay. Alrighty. Let me get a link for you. I'm just a little bit frazzled. Get rid of that. Oh, come on. What am I eating? Well, hang on. As soon as I can. There, I think that will work. I am eating Italian sausage and those little shell pasta noodles with creamy garlic sauce. So I'll try not to make chewy noises. Wow, hasn't that been fun? The last 24, 48 hours.
Hello.
Hello.
You know my crazy ass be right up here.
Of course, Natch.
My crazy ass be right up here.
That's right.
Goodness gracious, the events. My, what a tank we
No.
once we practice to lie, cheat, hustle, deceive, pick one.
Pick,
You know.
yeah, pick three, pick four.
I know.
I
I
mean,
know.
what are you doing, you guys? Are you throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks? Because,
Apparently.
No.
Well. Yep, they can.
yeah.
They can do whatever they think. But it's just ridiculous. Oh, and thank you, by the way, very much. The stupider is as stupider does. Uh, they're starting to how do, careless. They're starting to get careless, very
Oh,
careless.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I think so too.
Yeah, very, very
how
careless.
Yeah.
inebriate.
Yeah, and because thank you so much, she just more than happily put it on a community wall with her saying that she did it.
I
So
know. I
thank
saw
you so much. Yes, thank you so much. And people like that out there,
that.
East Coasters, fuck with this. Go ahead. Go ahead. And me, and I got the meme to prove it. You throw shit at me all you want. And I'm just going to stand up and go, is that all you got? You hit like a bitch.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Can I say some quick hellos to
Absolutely. Hey, everybody.
Rebecca, Krista? You're in there somewhere. Nova, Kala. Who else is in here? I'm just screwing up.
Nickname
Names
Rebecca,
here.
Nova, Kala,
Hey,
Yeah.
Krista.
Calico.
All right, I think I got everybody.
Hi. And who's on? Is that Taylor with us?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm here.
Hi, Taylor. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, they decided to go after her too. So.
Well, and Dan, really, seriously, they think that, oh, well, and it's, you all have me to thank. Sorry. I mean, apparently, they're so salty at me still. The bitch is salty.
Hi, nickname.
The
It's
bitch is salty
unbelievable.
because I called her out for using someone else's picture.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, you're salty. We get it. But so now she said that she was going to punish my friends for it. No, you're not punishing my friends, stupid. My friends, you know, we're all very strong, independent people.
Hi, Mans.
Mm-hmm.
We can
Hey
take care of
man.
ourselves. Hey, man. Hey, V. We can take care. They can take care of themselves. They don't need me to white knight for them. Like you apparently need sub to White Knight for you. Poor little thing. You can't do anything by yourself. Sub holds the leash.
She does.
So she does. And Dum Dum is too stupid to know it. So
Can you
again,
guys?
give me
Hey, can you
more.
guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay, because I don't know, like I can't hear myself on here, so that's why I'm kind of like weirded out. But
It,
okay,
it
you
is
guys,
No,
weird.
that's
good.
good.
You're doing good.
Okay,
Yep,
good.
you're fine, darling. You're fine. And besides, you won't with me up here, girl. You won't get a word in edgewise, anyways. I'm the
It's okay.
bossiest bitch on the planet. Good God. Let's
That's
ask
why I have
anybody; they'll
Kate up
tell you.
here because she just takes over and I get to lean back and relax.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In
Yep,
case
that's
you
me.
were wondering, Alana. No, no, I'm sorry. Pardon me. The other one made a rude remark about I couldn't do a live without you. Well, I'm
Really,
smart.
you've done plenty lives without me.
Mm,
Plenty. I mean,
and really, I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Pardon me.
we
She
let you slide.
she has her meat puppets beside her now. When
Oh
was the
yeah.
last time she did a live by herself? So
Exactly. That wasn't all, bunch and rants and raves, and none of them can. None of them can.
no.
And they tell me all the time, "Well, you go live." You look, no, I don't. I haven't. It's been, oh, good Lord, probably since
Mm,
2017 since I was live on YouTube. And it's, nowadays it's probably a lot easier with StreamYards and that kind of stuff. And you never know, I might do it one day. But right now, I don't. That's not my interest. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, and
it's not.
I like having conversation.
Well,
Some
yeah.
people are really good at just letting their thoughts out. I am, but I need to have somebody to bounce it off of.
Well, yeah, and I think a lot of people are like that, and it's more
Yeah,
fun that way. And
yeah,
the more the merry. I know a lot of people don't really like to do panels, but I think panels are fun.
me
I
too.
think
Everybody
so
can.
too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, last night it was fun to watch you guys cook, Taylor. And your food looked really good. Everybody, oh my gosh, I was getting damn Kate. Golly, that pot pie looked amazing. I know she said she wasn't happy with the way it looked, but when she
Oh,
dug it
damn
out, put it on
cake,
the
yeah,
plate.
or damn cake,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, yes. Oh, it looked good. Excuse me.
You
So,
came in. Queen.
they
Hello.
they can't handle people that are having a good time.
Nope.
Especially without them, they don't like it.
Oh no, they don't. And that's been very apparent. And you know
Yeah.
what though, Taylor? It's funny because it's her own fault. It's her own fault. Just to give you a little bit of backstory, I'm sure you probably lurked around and
Yeah.
um, but she's really salty. Again, she had friends. She had people that supported her. People were, and it's true. There's divisions in all communities. It happens. And, there's still divisions in communities. But, they can't seem to understand that people can put their differences aside, especially when it is for the greater good, and support things because, like, we've all said
Hi,
it and we've
Supreme
all
Queen.
admitted it. It's, you know, shade is shade.
Hmm.
Shade is shade. Everybody throws shade here and there, and we have fun with it. And yeah, there's, people get their knickers in a knot about stuff. Sorry, nickname. But, um, you know, we do that, and knickers unties them for us all the time. So, it is what it is, but they don't understand that, yeah, this has fondly been called a pretzel community for a long time, years. Some people have been around for over 5 years in this community. Now, me, I haven't. I've only been around 3 years or so. So, but, I've known of this community from other people. And, you know, I just don't understand. They can't stand us. We're the nastiest, vilest people that they feel they have to punish people by taking it in real life, which is only going to get them in serious trouble, which they just think they're untouchable and no, they're not going to get in trouble. But like I said, they're getting very careless. And that's fine with me. Because, before I was the first person to be all for freedom of speech, I always thought, no, nobody should have to have their YouTube channel yeeted out from under them for what they say. But I have changed my mind on certain stances. And like putting out, I was always very against sharing messages with other people that I had with them because I just don't think it's right. Well, you know what? That ship sailed too, literally. So,
It's when you got toxic people. You tend to have the same want the when you meet people the same standards you have, and when it doesn't happen, and they are nasty, deceiving people, unfortunately, you have to lower yourself. And it's just the way it is.
and people really made effort, big effort. And
Hmm.
especially, and poor Candy, I always have to use Candy as an example. Um, Alana took 4 of her channels, and yet Candy was the big enough person to come in and be cordial. She was not warm and fuzzy with her, but she was cordial. And I
Coach took
don't
a
think
lot of
she
strength.
realizes that was serious business for Candy to be cordial with her. And she tried to do it with Kathy when you came in.
Hmm.
She was in the process of striking your
No,
channel.
she had struck me twice, and it's a long story, but she's the one
Right.
that we were going on a back and forth in email, and I wasn't like begging her. I was just telling her that she liked her channel way more than I liked mine, and
Exactly.
she told me to fuck off. And there was nothing for about a week. I was still trying to deal with what do I do, because I know what she was after. I'm not stupid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, but then she came back to me, and I'm giving you the real short version, Taylor.
Yeah, I
Um,
gotcha.
saying that she'd remove the strikes. She just wanted peace, and I went back on Instagram and talked to Kate, and I said, "Should we try this?" And you know, uh, we talked about it, and then she went into Discord to talk to the few people that were there. Well, okay, so and then she came in. I'm skipping a whole bunch here.
Yeah, can I ask a question real quick
Mhm.
if you don't mind?
No, not at all.
Certainly.
Okay, so what is Discord? Because I hear everybody talking about it, and I'm still
Oh,
slightly
it's
new to
just
YouTube.
a server that you can talk like a message board.
Okay. Yeah,
Anybody
because
can
I didn't know
start
what
one.
that was.
Yeah, it's just a message board. The old people might just remember. It's just a message board.
Right. And you can do a little bit more. Nowadays, not so much with everybody having a community post because now you can post gifts and pictures, and I'm like a little kitty candy store. And in Discord is like that too, though. You can post pictures, you can get on voice and talk. So it's a lot of fun. And basically, it's just you have to be invited to someone's server, and but then and it's so funny because some people either like Discord or they despise Discord. Some
Mhm.
people think it's the root of all evil, and like us, it's just fun. We get in there, a friend of ours has chickens, heaven forbid, we're looking at chicken pictures, we're looking at chicken politics.
They
It's
just had
it's
3 eggs today for the first
yeah.
time. She jumped
I
up
know,
and down, going,
congratulations grandma.
"Hurrah!"
I
Yeah,
know.
exactly. She's a
So
grandma.
right. And
But,
and we're talking about just everyday stuff because like I said, I'm 60 years old. They are also very upset that where apparently they're at in their life, they're stagnant where that, at their age, the world should be at their fingertips. They could go do anything they wanted to do,
yeah,
but they choose not to. And that's on them. I've already put my 40 in. So they're very, very salty that we are comfortable in our lives and that we have family that love us and want to go do things with us. And we go do things. And they can't stand that. They can't. But that's their fault. They
it
were
is.
given so many chances. So many
So,
chances.
she was in there, and one of the first things she did, we made a separate Discord because we didn't trust her. We tried to help, but we didn't trust her. One of the first things she does is she storms in there and wants us to help her take down MT, get his
Yep.
personal information, his social security number, address, all that stuff. And we all went, no.
Right. Exactly. It's like, I don't think so. We don't do that here.
Yeah.
And that's what she wanted. She wanted to be,
Mans,
you
I'm
know,
not that technologically challenged. I'm only a little bit technologically challenged. I just wasn't sure what Discord was, but
oh no, that's fine. Because,
we're getting there.
yeah, some of us are still quite technically challenged, mans.
It's okay, Mans. I still love you.
But we
It's all
love
right.
her. I know we love her so much. I do. I just love Mans to pieces. Oh goodness, Lord, life would not be good without Mans.
I don't need to. So anyway, long story short, she decided she wanted out and wanted to be friends with somebody else that we don't particularly like, but she's minding her own business, so we don't
Yeah,
hassle her, or she doesn't hassle us. It's just you're over there, we're over here.
right.
So she tried to set us up to trash talk this other person, and she first got me up there, and I
So
was going,
wait, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
she wanted to
I'm
be friends, but we had to be friends with her too.
yeah, I'm trying to understand. So are we talking who are we talking about exactly?
I don't know if you know her, Angie Lee.
No. Okay,
Okay,
I do not know her, but I wanted to just like know
yeah,
who we were
sort
talking
of.
about because
Yeah,
I
it
had no
was
idea.
Sure.
nobody in this community,
Yeah.
but
No.
so we had prior issue with her, but we don't
Yeah.
anymore. Um, so she tried to set us up that she wanted to be friends with Angie Lee and she wanted us to go with her, and I said no. But you know what? You're a grown woman. If you want to be friends with her, then go friends. We can't
Hi
co-sign
Pam.
it. We can't go over there and pretend to be friends with her. And but we're not going to stop you. I mean, we'll still support you. We'll still mod your channel because we were mods for Alana.
Yes, we were.
And
Oh
she
dang.
said, she kind of got, and then the other two people, Candy and Kate, came on because I had about 5 minutes alone with Alana before they came on, and she sort of just talked in circles, got mad at us if we're not with her, we're against her. We kept trying to tell her that it was okay for her to go and be friends with whoever she wants, just like the people in here are allowed to go to whoever they want to be with, for their live streams. I'm, you know, whatever. But so she just had this big thing. She slapped us all in the back, went on somebody else's panel, and just eviscerated us. And we're all just sitting there with our mouths open. You're like, what the hell? So that's pretty much
Hang
that
on.
happened.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So that's how it started. But I think I don't know. She just wanted so much from us. We didn't know what to do for her, and it was the dumbest thing ever. In
I
fact,
mean, yeah,
you can.
probably if she made better decisions about what she's doing, I would probably feel a little bit bad for her, but I really
No,
don't.
no.
I
She used.
really don't feel bad for her.
Hey Pam, um, and whoever else I missed. I'm sorry, Nova. Did I say hi? She uses her mental issues as a weapon. She's self-aware. She knows what she's doing.
Right.
So I have no respect for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either at that point.
No, 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 no,
Because I
no.
feel like we all have mental health issues to an extent. I mean,
Sure.
I have anxiety, I have depression, I have
Hmm.
ADHD. I got a little bit of PTSD and trauma just because of certain things that I've been through that
Right.
I'm not really going to get into. But, I don't use that as like my clutch, I guess is what she's trying to do. Like I don't use that like for that type of thing. I just push through like everybody else does.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just slightly distracted here. Kate, I don't believe I blocked. Did somebody accidentally block somebody?
I'm looking. I don't
Oh,
think so. I think it's okay.
oh, okay.
Um,
I thought I saw your nightmare earlier, but maybe I was.
But yeah, I mean,
Oh,
usually I would have compassion for like
right.
people who have mental health issues, because I am in that same boat, to an extent. But like you said, she's self-aware of what she's doing, so I really
Mhm.
don't have any time for that either.
Yeah, yeah. So because I don't go into what I used to do for a living for a reason, because them.
Same here. I
But I
wouldn't
had
talk about what
experience
I
with
do.
that, with being with people like that, and me too. I'm also on antidepressants and anxiety. I have an anxiety disorder, so that's all right. But it's not who I am as a whole. It's just part of me, like a lot of people.
oh, right. I mean, and everybody was going to try to be really supportive, and she took advantage of that really badly. She took
Hmm.
advantage of wherever she could, and we really didn't, because there's other people in here that have known her even longer than we have, and you know nobody really came barging over to us and saying, "Oh, hey, look out for this one." They were given a fair shake, and but she started pretending like she was a nurse,
Uh huh.
and Glory knows that no, 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 stop. She's not. And she just came in and gave a very brief FYI and said, hey, do what you will. And again, everybody gave her a very fair shot. And she held things over your head. If, you did anything, or, she did something for you, she felt like, you owed her for that.
Oh yeah. Beware her
And
super chats.
oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And somebody else is going to find that out too. And again, let me just say too, and well, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to skip around here. It's too hard. Um, so again, she came over to Munching and Chatting's chat first, and she wore her welcome out pretty quickly there because she does what she normally does. She gets along okay with you for a little while, and then something happens and it's on, and she doesn't really comprehend well, I think. So that really tends to exacerbate the problem. And I don't know if it's, I know some people say it's mental illness. I do think she has some level of mental illness, but I think she also knows exactly what she's doing too.
Oh yeah.
It
So
Absolutely.
sounds
that,
it sounds like it.
yeah. And it's just that, the things that she's done, they claim that we do doxing, we do this, we do that. No, we don't. No, we don't. No one here that I know would do something like that. And that's taking it real life. And that's, like I said, we throw shade, we do whatever. But, once it goes real life, that's just not okay. And, they claim, oh, well, we don't ever do that. We don't take anything real life. What are you talking about? Okay, right. And now the one time she got so cornered with stuff that she was involved with, not this past, we first met her in March of 2021. Now, other people knew of her as far as January. Candy can tell you exactly. January 14th when she first heard her name. She remembers. God love Candy. And because, well, she got drug in first because Candy wasn't even around at the time. And, Candy will get busy for a while. She'll go MIA for a while, but she's busy. She's got shit to do, just like everybody else.
Right.
And she had something happen in her family that was tragic, and she was gone for a while. Well, somebody needed attention and they came in and they said, well, I'm going to use names, guys. It's just a lot easier. Everybody's like, who are they talking about? So she came charging in. MT said something about Candy that was just really nasty. Yeah, and it's possible that MT was beefing with Candy a little bit at the time. And again, words are words. It's not
Right.
that big of a deal. Words are words. And so he knows that I'm going to say this, that yes, when MT gets mad, some stuff can fly out of his mouth. But the stuff that was being said, we were all going, yeah, no, I don't think he said that. I would like to see the proof of that, please. Well,
So
here
wait,
starts
did
Ring
did you
Around the
guys
Rosy.
yeah,
Mhm.
did you guys actually hear him say this nasty stuff, or was it like
No.
somebody had said that he said it?
She was telling us she heard
Yeah,
it and she had a video clip or she had the voice clip of him saying this. So we're like, okay, let's hear it.
yeah, exactly. And you can't believe what other people say until
Right,
you hear
right.
directly from the source what happened.
Exactly. And there
Yeah.
were weeks of runaround from her. And it involved multiple communities. Everybody was giving her a chance to, something happened with this, and I sent it to the wrong place, and there's so much bullshit. The woman has never proved anything that's ever come out of her mouth. Never. Never. Not one
Oh, she
thing.
puts stuff up, but it's usually altered very badly, or she takes a picture of it off center so you can't see certain things,
Like
and
filter
oh, she went on
filter
a
fail.
rage stream just screaming about all the proof she had, and it's oh god.
Right. Right. Exactly. And there is no proof. I mean, I've
No,
seen her put up proof that contradicts what she said.
that's right.
Like, what? Like, you gotta be kidding me. And so then I had an issue with her, and it was over a friend of mine. She was claiming that somebody was saying something. I'm like, no, they would not do that. That's not their voice. I don't think so. And she kept saying, I have proof. I have proof he's doing that. So I went over there and I was very nice. I'm very diplomatic until you flip my bitch switch, and then I'm done. I'm sorry. Once you do that, it's history. Ask anybody in here that knows. It's your history. And so she just would go from one thing to another to another to another, and just claims, that were so outrageous. And again, people gave her multiple chances. They let stuff go. And she would continue to just, go on and on and on. Finally, I confronted her, because I got on her panel that day. Everything was fine. We, because if you're, confronting her directly, she doesn't do well. She can't do that. She has to do it one on one. She has to go on her live and yell at you and do whatever. She can't get on a panel and have a conversation with you. It just
No.
won't happen. And so she was going off the deep end, and everything was fine. And then a friend, Annie, had a birthday party after that. And it was a couple weeks later. And in between that, she was putting up stuff like videos and tagging me saying I'm a liar. And I'm like, huh? Wait, what? This was news to me, because I'm like, what am I lying about? I was on your panel. We discussed that this person did not say that. And then you finally kind of agreed that, well, maybe you're wrong. He didn't say that. But then all of a sudden, I'm a liar and I'm defending myself. And oh, yes. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying. A lot of people that are just coming into this, we're a year and a half in.
I'm longer.
Yeah, and you're even longer, exactly. So, the people that are just now coming in are just mystified that this type of behavior. And, we've had advice to just ignore it, stop talking about her, she'll go away. No,
Mhm. No.
that
I
So
doesn't
you
feel
work
gotta
like
either.
deal with
yeah,
it.
I feel like if you stop talking about them, that's whenever it gets worse, it
It
seems
get
like.
Yeah,
It
absolutely. It
does.
gets worse. And I have to admit, I'll leave it as for as long as I can personally stand not replying. I usually do when she starts making stupid videos about and tagging me and tagging Kate and whatever. And I just let her stew in her juices, because it's funny. It really is. She is my content. And I've told her this,
I
you
know.
know. I
I
mean,
know.
go for it, honey. I'm here for it. You're not, that's why my channel exists, is because of your tomfuckery. So,
Yep. Yep.
all right.
And, and again, she wants to change the narrative constantly, constantly.
Hmm.
And I'm just not going to let that happen. Just like, it really irritated me that there's, all these people were praying for her the night before this procedure back in June that she supposedly had. And they're all in there trying to pump her up into where exactly, like, and again, she contradicts herself so easily. Just a week or two before that, she's in there, she's been a nurse, then she knows how to control her blood sugar if she's diabetic, yada yada yada, but she's in there begging for people. I don't know what to do, oh my god, I don't have any money to go buy what I need, and and it's like, girl, you're a nurse, you should know these things, you should know how to control your blood sugar.
Right.
But so
Or
she just,
or if she's a diabetic, she should know how, like, what to do to control it too.
right. And if she just had weight loss surgery, you think she would understand the procedures of that she was supposed to have protein shakes. Now, the first thing that she did back in June was that she had this a gastric sleeve. Again, all because, she kind of latches onto people, Taylor, if that makes sense. She latched on to Annie because, after she bounced around the community, she kind of landed at Annie's. And that's where she
Okay.
kind of dug herself in, and they were really, trying to just be cordial and be supportive and be nice, and until she blew it. Well, she did blow it. When I got up and I checked a community post that she had placed supposedly after this surgery, because I was suspicious. Because for one, when they posted pictures of him saying, well, here's my wife going into surgery, I'm like, well, golly, that looks awfully familiar. That was the same picture that they had posted when she had a carpal tunnel surgery. So I'm thinking, okay. And then she's pumping up this procedure that she's having. And now, even a few months later, she can't even remember what day she had the procedure. So, red flag. So then, here we go going into surgery. I'm out of surgery. Well, then the next day I get up having my nice cup of coffee and I see a picture and I'm like, oh, wow. And it's, it looked like a gastric bypass. And I'm like, okay, she must have got her surgery. But she has a reputation. And she's always crybabying about the reputation. Well, honey, this is your reputation on the internet that you lie. So, yes, I reverse searched the picture and found out that it was from someone from 2008 who had the procedure. And what she did was she cropped the picture of the person she stole it from and put it up on her community wall as this was her procedure. And I called her out on it. And it went nuclear over it. And people were like, it doesn't even come down to that. They were telling her, it doesn't matter. Just come up, hey, maybe you didn't get your surgery, but just say, look, yes, I that's not my picture. But she refused to do it. And she kept, and this is, the lies just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And we were begging her. We're like, girl, just stop. You're embarrassing yourself. People know that you are not telling the truth.
Hey,
And
Jenny.
she just wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop. And, you know, this is where we are today. She's decided to take it nuclear, all because, and again, she, really looked up to Annie, I guess, maybe. It's kind of almost like in an obsessive way. And when Annie, because I think she wanted Annie to acknowledge her and to lie. But at that point, it was so obvious, Annie's not going to lie like that. She's just going to be like, yeah, okay, it's getting uncomfortable here. And other people
Yeah.
were getting uncomfortable because it was clearly a lie.
Yeah, I
And
feel
so,
yeah, because I feel like Annie is like a straight shooter. I feel like she will tell it like it is and exactly how it is. So I don't. Yeah, nobody's gonna get Annie to lie for them. I don't see that
and,
happening.
and I, And right. And, with the reputation that she already had, her reputation was already crap. So Annie's not going to risk her subscribers and that kind of stuff to go along with a charade of that
They were
source.
barely tolerating Alana being over there in the first place.
And that's true because everybody, it's it's easier to be cordial than to be the victim all the time. Because that's what it was. It was, like she's doing right now. She gets mad at me and she wants to lash out at me, and she gets mad at Rochelle and she wants to get mad at Rochelle. And now she's just so desperate for attention because we aren't phased. I mean, anymore. I'm sorry. And I know Supreme Queen is here, and I know there's some other people from that other side of the communities. And this is devastating to them because they're just like, look, they have done nothing wrong. They don't even know Alana. They don't even know her. But she's attacking them relentlessly because the other one wants to. So it's just like, why? Why do you feel if we are so horrible and we are such awful people, all we've ever asked is for you to just go away and leave us alone then? Go away. But you don't want to. And you keep going, well, no, you're not defending yourselves. We are defending ourselves from you. I mean, you fake died. The only time
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
if you
say,
want to,
Mans mentions that she has died more than once, and I've heard that
yeah, oh yeah,
that she has died more than once.
Well, she had a
yeah,
mini dip on Instagram, but got talked out of it. Not by
right.
me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And and it's kind of it's sad in a way because again, she had every opportunity to just, kind of take the L and go, okay, yep, I lied about the picture for whatever reason, and it would have been over. It would have been over. And everybody would have been along their merry way, and that would have been it. But she refused to do that. She refused to just let it go. And she kept building it up and building it up. Going as too much as to Photoshop weight loss people's incisions onto her
Oh,
stomach to
what's the
try to pawn everybody off that, look, this is it. This is what I had. And she goes, well, I don't even know how to Photoshop. And I'm like, girlfriend, you are 100% right. You do not. Because that was the worst
the squirted
Photoshopping. I mean,
monkey?
oh, it was horrible. And she actually thought people were going to believe it. And she got even more nuclear when people didn't believe it.
Yeah, she gets
And
mad when you don't believe the lie, and you won't
right,
help her with the lie.
exactly. And it's just like, that's what I don't understand. Again, we're not nice people. We're doing whatever. Then just go away and leave us alone. We don't want to be around you apparently any more than you want to be around us.
Yeah,
But you won't go away.
you can't scrape them off your shoe, bottom of your shoe. It's just a fact. But they're going to get rid of themselves because they've just gone ridiculous. Not even trying to be clever in it.
Well, that's exactly it. They are becoming very, very reckless, and
Hmm.
they are feeding off each other to the next level. Now, when it comes time for them to really face the music and get in trouble, don't you not think that the other ones aren't going to be blaming the other one?
Of course.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And and to me, it is just
Hey,
absolutely.
Annie J.
Hi, Annie Danny. The thing is just ridiculous too. Is they sit there and they want to take things in real life. You come down here and you come and see me. Why? Why would I do that? I'm certainly not going to waste my air miles for you. Sorry. And I'm not going to put miles on my car for you either. I'm going on vacation instead. Thank you. So why would I want to go there? Why would call the police? Why would I call the police on you?
Exactly.
Have no reason.
Hey,
And some
munching and chatting.
other folks have a reason to call on you. So I'm not going to stop them. I'll help them, honestly. So,
Yeah.
but and honey, please, the trolls. You are the one of the most gullible bitches I've ever seen in my life. A troll emails you something and you run with it. Oh wow, I'm
Oh
gonna find
Lord.
out who Candy Morgan is. I'm gonna find out who Kate Waxliver is. A troll said they know. More power to them because they don't.
Dang.
They don't.
Well, come
So
on. Remember
I
our
hope
town
whoever
meeting?
it is, well, no, whoever it is, please make her pay a lot and then fuck her over. Because they don't know. I mean, do it. Do it. Believe the trolls, you dummy. You've fallen for troll shit. I don't know how many times. How many times, you gullible dummy. So go back over there and let Dusty vacuum some bugs, and because I hope that's what you're into because you asked for it, you got it.
Oh,
That's that's your karma, honey. That's your karma. I don't even have to sit back and dish it out. That's your karma, both of you. You're each other's karma because
hey,
that's all you have.
I want to
Wait a
ask. I want to
second.
ask Annie J. How was the pot roast?
I think I could have smelled it from here. It all looked so good.
Yeah, because she was saying that her company just left that they ate it. So that's why I want to know how that was. I want to
Oh,
know
very
how it tastes.
good.
Served
Yeah.
a frozen pie.
She's never going to live that down. I
Oh,
don't
no, no.
think.
She don't know me too well.
Oh,
Sadly,
no.
something she's gonna live with.
Oh, my goodness. That's funny. Oh, my.
Is
It's okay. It happens.
Hello, my smiley people.
Hi,
Hey,
Annie.
Boo.
Hi, Annie.
Hey, bitches. Hey, listen, if I could just interrupt, I just want to thank everybody for coming last night. I'm sorry that, for anything you guys are going through, if anybody's being
Oh,
picked on or anything.
Oh,
But,
Annie.
we're
Oh, it's
It's
Teflon.
fine. It's
well,
nah.
fine.
I
I'm not
don't know
even
who you're talking
phased
about,
by
but
it,
we
honestly.
had a great time. I hope you did, Taylor.
Oh, it was fun. It was
I
fun.
had a great time.
Okay. And Gloria, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm busy laughing. I've been laughing since last night. Do you
All
know
right.
why? Do you know why? Because they've played their hand, and there is nothing they can do to me now.
Yeah.
So it's almost a freeing thing. Okay, all
Hi,
right.
Logan.
I don't have any kids that they can draw penises on. Um, la
Hi,
di da.
Logan. Well, I think she does that. I was wondering why she does that, because who does that? But she lost her own son. Okay, so the
Well,
penis represents.
supposedly. Look, listen to the source of that story. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. I'll be,
no, I kind of don't either.
and I hate to say that. I hate to say that I don't believe something like that, but
Mhm.
it's just like the
Well,
source stuff.
Taylor, think about it. She said her ex blasted her with a double barrel shotgun. That would have killed her. And if it hadn't killed her, it would have removed any stomach, uterus,
Right.
liver. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
no,
just
no, I'm talking about what's her name? Not Nina. Nina.
oh,
She got her own son taken away for biting him or abusing him or something.
she had two kids that were taken away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, listen, these three people are very hurt individuals. I'm not
Mhm.
making excuses for them, but they're very hurt individuals. So they just don't want anyone else to be happy. I guess you know what I'm saying.
I guess. Or they get some kind of perverse pleasure.
Yeah. But I hope this doesn't take away from me and munching, doing and having a Christmas cookie thing. I
Yeah,
hope.
that sounds great. I'll watch it.
That
No
sounds
doubt
really
they
good.
will too.
Oh yeah. Cookies, are you kidding? Are you know us to miss cookies? Right.
Listen, I'm there. I'm there.
And
I'm not
guys,
missing this.
Taylor, we really didn't say anything. I mean, there was a little bit said, but how can there not be? Okay.
The last part of it. Yeah.
But no, it was a very minuscule part of it. If they want to make something of it, they can react to the video. It's still up. If it's really
Well,
true, they can react to the video, but they're not doing that.
well, that's because, if everybody looks at it this way too, this is what they want. They want this attention. Because if you take this attention away, what do they have?
They
Nothing.
don't listen, they don't have any sort of ammo, so it's like, yeah, I get that.
Right. And so it's pointless because they don't understand. And again, everybody has tried to explain this multiple times that it doesn't matter what size you are, what color skin you have. That's not what it's about. That's
No.
not what it's about. And what it's about is what she's showing everybody right now. As
Uh-huh.
how this is how she is. This is how the other one is. And it's just like it's something that I don't want to be around. I really don't.
No, me neither. Like I don't think it's very nice, and I don't think it's very like classy or tasteful.
Right.
No,
But the one thing is too, I won't be run off.
Right.
yeah.
I'm very stubborn. I am a stubborn bitch. Anybody that knows me knows I really am a stubborn bitch. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to get run off. My friends aren't going to get run off for the likes of you guys. It's just not going to happen. Now I'm going to dig in even harder. And what are you going to come up with? I mean, what?
Yeah, Cal, I'm doing a Christmas baking, Christmas cookies, I think. Listen, Kate, listen. Oh, never mind. I'll be quiet.
No, say it.
Go
Come
for
on.
it.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Never
No,
mind.
Danny, don't do that. That's
Well, I
like
don't
It's
going
want
in the
okay.
middle of
to
sex. Don't do
listen.
that.
Okay, I don't want
Exactly.
to lose.
You,
Listen, I don't want to lose you guys as friends, but sometimes you do go a little overboard.
Us? Oh, of course we do.
yeah.
Okay, thank you for admitting it.
There's no shame in my game. Yes, I
Nope.
do.
That's my job.
If my mood is directing my mouth, then yeah, I do go overboard.
I do like both of you. I do like you, but you do go overboard a little bit. But I think that's part of the game, right? Is that part of the game?
Uh
Yeah.
Okay.
huh.
I'm still new, so I'm still shy, but you'll see what I'm about soon.
Don't follow their lead, Taylor. Don't follow their lead.
No, I'm not like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm more outgoing than what I perceive though. I'm kind of like slow to warm up to people sometimes.
Oh, that's
No,
okay. That's
they don't
totally
go
fine.
that over, they don't go that overboard. Worst nightmare. They do more. You do more than I would do.
Well, that's because you're a nicer person, Annie.
Yeah,
There you go.
you're going to heaven.
No, I'm not nicer. I just don't. I don't associate with those kind of. I don't associate. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yes, and I
look,
wouldn't in my real life. You know.
everybody loves a little drama. It's YouTube. It's a little bit of drama. There's a difference between a little bit of drama and absolute stupidity. Because this is what we're dealing with. It's absolute stupidity. I mean, come on. They said bad stuff about Rotten. Rotten hasn't really said, well, Rotten's rotten. He's rotten about everybody. But Rotten is rotten. He's not done anything to anybody. Oh, how could he have gotten hit by a car and still be doing whatever? Dumb bitches. Didn't you remember that Rotten hasn't been around for like 3 months? So, that's kind of what happens when you're in a coma after an accident that's that bad. Hello. So, no,
Look at
Rotten
you.
isn't making up his injuries. So,
Look,
again, they want to just go for anybody they can go for.
my comments not being very well received.
No, you're in the wrong community.
I love you guys. Hey, listen. I'm 200 pounds and weigh 5 feet 4 inches. So if anybody thinks 175 is obese, okay.
No, that was just Pisces throwing some shade.
Yeah.
See why I don't get involved? See, I got no room to talk about nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, there's our total faker. Yeah, I mean, but it's just ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
They are trying to go after whoever they think they can get a rise out of because they're bored with us, to be honest. Because
Listen,
we're sitting there
Because we don't
laughing.
react the way they want us to react.
Right. Because,
Yeah.
but you know what? They went after Shanique. They tried to draw a nasty penis on one of Shanique's babies. It's just ridiculous. And Shanique didn't fall for that. Come on. Shanique is so much above them. She didn't, I don't even think she acknowledged it. It's just ridiculous. Some of the nasty shit that they've said, that's why I don't feel bad, Annie, about the shit that I put on her because of all the nasty shit that she said about everybody that never even involved themselves or didn't deserve it, like Mama Dee.
Thank you for being my ambassador, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just listen. I know I went to college for 7 years. I know I went to college. In no way, shape, or form am I a fake nurse. In no
Of
way.
course not.
Never.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Are you
Exactly.
questioning her PhD or master's degree and her 2 associates in I don't know what, but it's probably bullshit?
Yeah.
She's
Exactly.
a highly
I know.
educated woman.
Right. Right. So no, I mean, and again, how childish. Oh, well, just because of what you did, Kate, we're going to punish your friends. No, you're going to punish yourself. That's what's going to happen.
The friends don't care.
Because, well, they can take care of themselves. If they need help from me, they'll let me know. And I will help them with everything behind the scenes that they need. They know they can depend on me. So, but they can take care of themselves. They know what they need to do.
Thanks, Kate. And Kate, do you notice they did not react? They said all that shit that we talked about them, but they could have just pulled up the video and showed it on the video. They didn't because they're making up bullshit.
Exactly. Right. And they're getting called out on it. And oh, heaven forbid that they get called out for being liars and throwing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, if you don't like getting called out for being a liar and bullshit, then don't do it.
Yep.
How long have you guys been live?
It's close to an hour now.
Yeah.
Oh, not too bad.
53 minutes and 34 seconds.
Exactly, Rotten. Oh, no, Rotten said they can talk about my stuff all they want. It's the internet. If I don't expressly state that I like you, you're just giving me ammo to crack jokes about you. And the horse you rode in on.
And the horse you rode in on.
Well, when I was in school, I used to get bullied on the playground, and I would go to my teacher and I'd be like, "I'm getting picked on," and the teacher said, "Well, did you punch him?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No." So then I'd go back out and punch him. You know what I mean?
Does anybody remember the very beginning of the movie Miss Congeniality?
I don't think I've
never seen that one.
If you've not seen that, you absolutely have to see it. It's Sandra Bullock. In the very beginning, she's a rough and tough FBI agent. Okay.
Right.
Yes, and in the very beginning, they start off when she was just a kid in like grade school, and she sees some kid getting bullied, and she goes and steps up for the kid and gives the kid a punch in the nose, and the other little kid was like, well, got offended that they did that, and she's like, "Ugh, stupid boys." And it's like, you learned quick, but that's I am that little kid. I would do that to you in a minute, and I don't know, I just was always didn't like it when people, picked on somebody. But I finally learned though that they can they can fend for themselves. I don't have to, interfere and be
Yeah,
that
you
way.
don't have to run. Yeah, yeah, but you're there to defend if it needs to be. But you're
Right.
not
Right.
there, double teaming, as it were.
Right.
Hi,
Exactly.
Marianne and Amy's mom. Welcome, welcome. But which is funny because the sub's channel before it was when it was fairly big, and she had a lot of people in her chat. She had like over 100 people watching, and it was pretty good. And she was going, I'm an anti-bully channel, and she was
Ah,
offering herself as somebody's pit
you're
bull.
right.
They
And I
needed it.
forgot that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
And look at her now,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
have to admit that intrigued me.
Yeah, I find
Because
it
Kate
hard
and
to
I
take
were kind of
position.
going, what is going on with Unspoken Purpose and MT? Like, we were having issues with MT, and uh, Unspoken took his side. There was really nothing, like, we didn't have issues with Unspoken Purpose,
No.
but we kind of were ignored. And I'm using the wrong word. It was more you, Kate. You offered to explain and you weren't. But I
Yeah,
need to
I did.
explain what was
Well,
going on, and that's how I went over to Sub's channel.
yeah, because how I got involved, they
Yeah.
were talking about me on a panel the day before. And
Oh yeah.
contrary to popular belief, folks, I'm not glued to YouTube 24/7. I'm sorry. So I totally missed what happened, but somebody told me, because that's just it. People are going to tell you stuff. And they were like, well, they had a big discussion about you. And I'm like, well, what the fuck did I do now? It's like, damn, okay. So, and
Hang on.
I'm used to it. It's like, okay, fine. But I heard that, Unspoken was going to react to that.
Oh,
And I'm
that
like,
was it.
oh,
That's right.
yeah. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to go over to Unspoken's and listen so I can hear what they said about me. I mean, I just wanted to hear, because everybody, again, and Taylor's right, you should hear it for yourself. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to go over. They're going to react to the live, and I'll listen to what was said. Well, I felt weird lurking, so I said something. I said hi, and I'm here respectfully. I just, my name was brought up. Well, instantly comes the other one just charging in there, all hellfire. That's, she's a troll. She's this. She's this. She's here to cause trouble. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, I'm not. I heard my name. You're going to react to that live. So I didn't even get any of that out before I got timed out. And she was a mod, I think, then. So I got booted. Well, yes,
Yeah.
I do have an account, and I came back, and her chat was very nice. They weren't going at me. She was going at me hard, but the chat was just, I think, trying to figure out kind of what was going on. And I was the outsider, which that's natural. And I just said, hey, I'm not here to cause trouble. I just was going to listen. And I asked to go on the panel. I didn't get a response, and that's okay. Again, I'm an outsider. And she's telling them, no, she's nasty, she's a troll, this and this. Well, of course they're probably going to believe her, and that was okay. That's what I would think too. So I didn't say anything. I said thank you, have a nice day, and I dipped out. That was it. Well, then Sub went live later, and we went over to have a discussion about it because she was talking about it, and we were just giving the heads up.
Yeah. It wasn't
And
anything serious.
no, it really wasn't. It turned out it blew up to more than that. But
Yeah.
it wasn't meant that way. It was meant that we had kind of, Gloria, you came in trying to kind of warn us without just blurting it right out. And, we kind of saw it coming. We'd each had experience with it. We knew what she was like. But had we known a little bit maybe better, we could have avoided a lot of where we are now.
Yep.
So we felt it was, just fair to kind of give them a heads up. And that was all that we intended to do, was just give a heads up.
Well, I find that funny. I'm going to add MT up because there was a death threat.
Oh,
Yeah, you know how they are though, so but they're
Okay.
just laughing over there thinking that this is all a joke and stuff. And then, I missed out on some, but I did hear Nina try to get her little 2 cents earlier today, saying that if I showed up at Auto Mall, that would be like a what is it? An automatic you know how they could give
Talking.
you a restraining order, like an emergency
Oh,
restraining order.
right.
First of all, they can't do that. I told the officer that I was gonna go to Auto Mall to speak with the owners to let them know what, Alana was doing on their well, I was trying to find out if she was on their property or not, because she's pretty much doing all the harassment there. So that's what I was going to go there for. I didn't go there for Alana. I went there, attempted to go there to speak with the owners to see
Right.
if they were aware of this.
Right.
So,
And
and to find out, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, you might even find out Auto Mall, I think if I remember correctly, sits like a strip mall type atmosphere. You may have
Yes.
to find out who owns the strip mall itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out. And I believe they were closed today. So I'm like, okay, but Nina doesn't even need to be getting involved with this. First of all, I'm not stupid. Second of all, she's just running her mouth. And also, you know how when Nina, tried to get a what is it, when she tried to take us to court and she lied on the paperwork saying that Alana was threatening her with a stun gun and all this stuff. Well, like, what I've been trying to do is contact the courts in her state, because I actually have the recording of her sitting there saying that, she wish if she had a gun, she would be the one to put it to my head. So that's all I needed, and that's all the lady said that I needed for me to get an actual restraining order, an emergency thing against her. I have the recording, the actual recording,
That's
so that's
good.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all heard that. It was when her and Alana were all on panel, and Alana was not the one that made the threat. Oh, it was actually Nina herself, and then this was that day when they were talking about how Alana did sit there and say that if someone did come up to me, that she would laugh about it. Alana didn't make the threat, she just made a comment. Nina was the one to actually sit there and state that if she could find a way, that she would. So I spoke with them Friday. So they told me to reprint all that paperwork out, submit that exactly her words and all that, and then we can go from there. Last time they wouldn't give me it because I didn't have enough evidence of her threatening me. But she wasn't threatening me at that time. She was just
Right.
calling me names and nothing. But there's actual threats in that with her voice. So we'll
Right.
see how that goes. But I did miss
Right.
out,
Because
you know.
Yeah.
it's just gotten ridiculous. Jesus Christ.
I kn-
I mean,
there
come on.
I sat back kind of laughing at Candy's live earlier because I heard them mentioning Alana mentioning Angel, and I'm like, Angel's not even in the picture because
Oh
they were
no,
talking.
you had
And
a whole scenario, MT, of how you're secretly still with Angel, and he
Mm-mm.
sees you all the time, so you have to obey him, and like it was getting like freaky,
Yeah, I
oh
mean,
not
yeah,
in
it's
a
and
freaky way.
hey, I'm sorry. The best part to me was it a 2 ounce joint?
what's a 2 ounce
Oh,
joint?
like what? That's a
I
that's a
wish,
hella joint there now. Oh
I
no.
wish.
But see, that's just it, you guys. They're spinning the narrative to what they want it to be. Now, MT, if you have ever listened to anything I have ever told you, ever, do not tell anything else. Just if
Mm-hmm.
you need to tell people behind the scenes, you can, that's fine, but keep everything to
Your
yourself.
chest. Learn to
Yeah.
play poker.
Everything. Everything. Yes. I know, because I would love to play poker against you because I would whip your ass. So now,
Yeah.
nothing. Say
Yeah.
absolutely nothing going forward.
Yeah. So, well,
Please don't make me have to hunt you.
like I said, I'm not really, there's other stuff that, I can talk about behind the scenes, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna, as far as Jay, like I
Oh, no,
said,
no, no.
I
You
don't know
shouldn't.
how,
You shouldn't.
Oh,
I don't know how he got involved in this. But I feel like, Alana was telling him that I was talking about him because this had nothing to do with him. As far as I
She's
know,
deflecting.
yeah. And as far as I know, like, the last time I was on panel with him was what, on Alana's, like during the new year or something like that. See, and we were fine. Like, I respected him, didn't know him. It was chill. Then all of a sudden he pops up out of nowhere. And I'm like, who's gassing him up? Who's feeding him bullshit? So I dropped my first video. I had no issue with the dude. My issue was with Alana. And like, maybe he
Right.
should go back and listen to all the shit that she made people believe about him. Like the vile shit, And I'm like, has he even heard those recordings? And the only reason why she's sitting on panel with him is because it's beneficial. She doesn't want to be sitting by herself. The only other person she has is Nina. That's it,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you know. And if the dude would just stop, like, he doesn't have to get involved. Like, cause there really, honestly, there's no beef between me and him besides the bullshit talk. But like, I just
Right.
don't know where that came from. Like, I don't have anything against the dude
sure she
except all I
told
know.
him
No,
what.
Well, they're pumping him up. They have to have something over there to buffer. They
yeah,
do.
like
And
I said,
it,
he he just like his is just a subliminal shots. What Nina and Alana are doing are two different things on a different level. You
yeah,
know,
oh yeah, yeah.
like,
But
yeah,
he's there, and he's there. So,
I agree.
he's got to take some accountability. It's just like Carlito. He's there too,
Hmm.
and he needs to take some accountability. But they turn a blind eye, and that's cool. Because again, you know, keep everything hush hush as to what's up. Tell who you need to tell, and it'll go from there.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
everybody has banded together to form one lump here, and we're just going to have to, stick together. That's all we can
yeah.
do.
You know,
That's all we can do.
it's like some of it is kind of amusing with the stuff that they come up with because even I'm
Oh,
confused.
it is.
You
Sorry, it is.
know,
No,
I heard
seriously.
social
But
services
but
and this and that. Okay.
it's hurting people. Because there's one thing too that all the doxing that they do and all the names that they throw out, all the phone numbers that they've thrown out over the times, those actually real people have those numbers now. They have those addresses, and you know they're putting them out there.
Hmm.
So people are going to call that. That's just how it is. There's trolls that are going to do whatever they want to do, and
Oh,
innocent
and
people are going to
Rose,
get
hold
bothered.
on.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh
No, sorry.
no.
And Roche, that's Mike coughing. And Rochelle, he doesn't smoke weed either. So before them bitches start saying shit. No, I was gonna sit there and say about Rochelle's like community like post. Like, is that her real child, Alana's?
I didn't.
Oh
I had
yeah,
community.
yeah,
So
yes
what?
it is. Yes,
Ah,
yes it is.
I
Hey,
should
what's
have.
good for the goose is good for the gander, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I was really surprised about that. Like, cause I didn't even see like I don't know. I was just like, oh my god, like I I don't know how they got a hold of her, but like you said, the trolls do their job.
it was
But
interesting. That's for sure. But
Yes, it was.
They open the door, people step through.
Yep.
Mm, that's what they get. I mean, and I don't even have to do anything. Like I didn't know about any of this stuff. I'm not even gonna try to find out information about, her kids and stuff. But hey, karma's a bitch because look how they drag everybody else's kids.
Well, and that's just it. Everybody gets all bent out of shape over there. How dare you? You're stealing. I'm going to throw you in jail for lying and all this other. It's just comical. Some of the stuff they're coming up with is just absolutely ridiculous. And they're the one, nobody over here's crossed the line, but they
Mm.
have. They've crossed the line repeatedly.
Yeah,
And
including
again,
like,
I'm going to say it again. When you keep going back and forth like that over that barbed wire fence, you're going to snag your britches on one of the sides.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And what they're doing is like they're honestly doing me a favor. Like I don't want to say too much, but they're doing me a favor when they call the health department and all that stuff because all that does is make it
Prove
even
the
more
point.
of a serious matter and it proves that it is true harassment. When it because
Yep.
like even Harris County, no, I spoke with Montgomery County Health Department. None of that, like that is straight up harassment. Also, trying to they put out the wrong my mom's wrong address. That's nowhere in ties with me, you know so if that would have been, that would have been a different story, but it's still going to show that she's digging for information. And from what they told me, the fact that she put out my medical history, she did it through malice intent, and that's more than
Yep.
enough. So,
Yep.
like,
That
that's
is.
why I want to give them the auto mall address, and that's why I'm going to go there. It's not to speak to Alana Morris. It's to speak to the owners for verification and also to give them the heads up because if I'm giving the police that address, Automall needs to know aware what's
What
going
is
on
going
if
on?
in fact they are on that property because
Yep.
it wasn't a lie. Like she kept thinking that you know just because she couldn't find out any information that there was no case. There is a case, and yes, it's not moving as fast as I want it to, but it kind of is now because now they have picked up even more. So every day I'm pretty much having to call them in the middle of break at work and I'm like, hey, right now she's doing this, calling the health department. Hey, right now she's trying to dox my parents' address, who they're older. Not only on top of that, what if what was their address? My kids could be involved with that. So that it's going to that extent now. So now, I'm hoping that pushes this further. The more they do this, the more with the threats, especially with Nina. I like the fact that she's honestly straight up threatened and sat there and said that she would be the one to put a gun to my head, and all this stuff. I do like the fact that Alana is doing these moves because it's helping me on my end, and it's gonna
Well, yeah,
bite them in the ass.
well, it
No,
is. And because, again, it's dangerous because that wasn't, thank God, your family's house, but it's somebody's house.
Yep,
So
and
what if
who?
somebody decides to, go there? And again, because look, this is who we're dealing with. These people are nuts. There's a lot of more nutty people out there that are just like this and come across some of the stuff and go, oh, let's go. You never know what somebody's going to do that they hear.
Hmm.
So they could have some just as many wackadoodle followers as they are wackadoodle themselves.
Yeah, like
so
all this stuff.
MT, did you listen to them a couple of lives ago where Nina was phoning Harris County?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, well, I got a recording of the snippet that would be of. It's not a clipping. I just took my phone out and started recording.
See,
Where she was questioning and asking and telling this dispatch officer all sorts of fucked up shit that you were doing. You were spreading
Right.
AIDS,
Yep.
apparently. Give me your when this is over. Just
yeah, see,
comment.
that will help whenever I forward that
Well, I'll
paperwork
send it over to you.
for
So
Nina because that's even more. The threat already that she made to come to Texas, her voice, that's more than enough, they said. So for me to do that, but that even more now that she's calling where I live and telling them lies,
yeah.
that's like I said, harassment.
So like I
It
said, drop me
is.
your email and I'll send it along to you.
Yeah.
Right.
And like,
She's
I don't,
stalking. I mean, this is
yeah.
stalking.
Including
I
as
mean,
well with posting I have the recording where she was asking Alana. Wait, no, somebody I think told me that she was asking Alana for to get my medical records or something. Alana's response back was like, I don't think I could give that to you. But Nina's already they showed that on a live when they were pretty much trying to dissect everything that was on that paper. So that,
Um,
not the state that Nina is in, unfortunately, Texas is much more stricter, but down there to get to get this, they do it faster. So,
you
you
do
know,
realize they're on community posts right now.
they're what?
Your medical records are on their community posts right now.
See, if I have that screenshot, that's all I need, even if they delete it.
I've
So
got it. You know I've
okay,
got
yeah,
it.
There
because
you go,
now like
I've
bro.
got it.
Nina's state is so much more easier. That's how a lot of us were like, how is she able to file all this stuff? But even when I filed paperwork against her in the beginning, the only thing that stopped it was that she did not make a verbal threat. I already got that on recording though. She specifically stated she would, if she could find a way to come down to Texas, and that she would be the one. And then now she's posting my medical record. And then they also know when I spoke to the, who was it? It's been a little bit, that lady, uh, the assistants of the judges, when I had let them know what she was doing that same day, like I didn't even have to fill any paperwork out. They sent out that letter that night and demanded for Nina and Bachu to take down the recording. They also revoked her what is it, her witnesses, and the only way she would be able to have witnesses is as it is if they actually flew over there or they lived in the same state. She was no
Right.
longer, yeah, so that's what she gets, and that's already on record. So this isn't going to be hard with Nina when it comes to her state. Her state's already easy, where you could walk in there and start filling out paperwork like that, which is kind of ridiculous. But for me, that's kind of a good thing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but do just keep everything to your minimal. We'll get whatever evidence you need to you. Don't worry about that. And just keep your lips sealed and your eyes open. And as a community, all we can do is just, tolerate one another and try to help each other. And maybe we can have a nice Christmas. I don't know. That
Yeah,
would be, that would be refreshing.
And yeah, it would be really good, but it's so sad that like even when I go up, like even within the recordings, all the officers are saying the same thing. And what's so sad is that these are the officers saying it, you know, and we could play that for them, and they still keep on with their bullshit. All the officers have stated, unfortunately, people like this don't stop. What's gonna have to happen is that she's either gonna have to be committed, or she's gonna have to do jail time, you know so, and they could hear that, like, when she clearly heard me or seen my video where I walked into the courthouse and I was, asking them for information because I was trying to meet up with the sheriffs, um but I was too late. She still heard what they were saying, and she went to go and repost my medical record. So like, knowing her, when that day comes, she's going to be crying because her biggest fear, I remember speaking with her, it was jail and prison and all that stuff. She was freaking out when Nina was taking her to court, saying that she was having anxiety. So right now she can blabber her mouth, but I guarantee you she will be in tears begging me, oh, I'm sorry, I won't do that. I'm not dropping it. You didn't have no compassion and all that stuff, and didn't let shit be and just stop. Then either am I. It's not going to
Well,
end.
and because the whole thing comes down to, you know, the only reason that this is even happening is because you decided with other people to just walk away, or you tried to walk away. All of us tried to walk away, but it was extra salty because of you and Annie.
Hmm.
She was extra salty about. She could not get over because you guys were the only ones that were giving her the time of day.
Hmm.
So she
Well,
screwed up. And that's sadly on her, but that's not your fault because you chose to want to walk away. So what
um,
she's done now, I mean, yeah, but again, I do hope that this is a valuable lesson too for all of us. But
and it
to
is
keep
exhausting. It is. Like, I'm not gonna lie,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
it gets hard. Because I even told the officer, like, they could sit there and laugh about Because when I went over there to listen to hear what they were saying, they were like, "Oh, I thought MT was supposed to be at work today. I thought MT was supposed. Hold on, you're good, Mike. I thought MT was supposed to be at work today. Well, first of all, I made it clear I have one day off, which is Sunday. Today's Sunday. So they could laugh at all they want. I heard the little side jokes of Alana sitting there saying, "Oh, Angel won't let MT have this money and all that stuff." Are you kidding
Mhm.
me? I get a paycheck. Like the stuff that you're saying is childish. And if you were to listen to if y'all were in the live stream, I was on Candies. I was at a gas station. I made that clear. I walked up to the counter. I asked if he had change to break the 100. Why? Because I
Right.
needed change. Nina
Right.
and Alana should know about that when you smoke a blunt. I wasn't about to, the guy, was out there, whatever. I needed change. I was not about to be carrying around $100 bill, on me. I always try to keep money in my wallet and I keep the rest of my money on card, so,
Yeah,
and I
that's
need,
like that's normal. So yeah, whatever. But again, it's just keep
so,
everything to yourself. I know, it's hard. Excuse
oh,
me. It's hard to do, but it's a good lesson for everybody to, not be so quick with, to share any personal information or just do anything because, she has anybody that she's known their information, it's out there.
yeah,
She's got it. It's out there. So,
yeah,
and it's sad that it's come to that, but she's done everybody dirty.
yeah, and
She
they,
really
they don't,
has.
they think, they think that, sorry, they think, you're fine.
Yep, that's okay.
They think that, boy, you need to stop smoking. They think that
Well,
just
damn,
because
pass that shit around.
Yeah.
no, he's not smoking weed. He's smoking a what is it called?
Cigarella.
Cigarella.
Oh,
Well, if you're coughing that bad, darling, then you do not need it. Put it out.
No,
Damn it.
his throat's been irritating him.
I know I don't need it. That's the only thing I fucking have.
Yep. Fine. Well, so they're doing all this shit and they're thinking it's a joke because they're getting slightly some views online. But also, like Mike's witnessed all this stuff. We go to the police station freaking together, and sometimes he hates it, but he's going there with me and being by my side, and no, he
and
isn't my
Danny.
sugar daddy.
Right,
So,
I'm
right.
your friend.
And,
he's my friend.
and
So, but
right.
he's
And
right
we
there.
get that totally. But and but again, just keep everything on the hush hush.
No,
You
the
know,
important stuff, there's some stuff that's gone on that people don't know, and that's the important shit. That's why within that recording, like that video I dropped, I edited that because there was stuff that was already being said, about the case. So if in the beginning, y'all didn't hear the full beginning part. I was there for like 10 minutes talking to her. I have the full recording, but on one part I couldn't play that just
right.
because it would have given too much. And then I had to cover the case number. That's why I put the smiley thing, there
Right,
because
exactly. Yeah.
Alana,
We all have a
yeah,
brain. We
and
figured that out. Because
yeah,
again, you don't want to give them any type of information because they will run with it. What they don't have, they'll make up.
yeah. So
So,
because
it's just like, come
like
on.
if if she had that case number, they still wouldn't be able to give her any information, but yeah, they would let her know what type of case it is. And just like the
Right.
lady said, it is a criminal. She told me what to do. It is a criminal. Like I don't get why they think it's a game. It became a criminal when she sat there and said that she was going to call every job. At first, it wasn't going to go to that. It was when she started pursuing harder, saying that she was going to call CPS. She was going to get me fired, and then that she was going to call all the Chinese restaurants around here and all that stuff. They seen that, and when I told them that she has a past history of this, and that she's going around saying that I'm spreading AIDS, which that's not how it works. First of all, I don't have AIDS, never had AIDS. We can sit in the courtroom and the judge will fucking laugh at her and be like, his medical records are right here. So how did you come up with that he had AIDS? She's gonna look really truly stupid, like in front of a judge, making these claims that she's making on YouTube, spreading lies and slandering, because none of that is true. So
And
it's
well,
her that's
and regardless, even if it is true, someone, and I'm not saying you, but someone who has AIDS, it can be controlled now. A lot
yeah,
of, for some people, it may not be able to, but for the majority, it can be controlled and maintained. So I don't know where they get off on, saying this, all this misinformation. Google has once again failed. And
yeah,
so
and
again, you know, uh, they want to just keep doing all this for reactions. But like I said, I don't think they realize that there is a very fine line of what they're doing that is criminal, and they
yes,
want
and
to just make fun of it and think it's a joke and whatever. Well, that's okay. Let them think that until the time comes, and you just need to do what you need to do. And if you need something from anybody, just let us know, and we're all going to do whatever we can to get it. But
Zero.
it's just ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. And again, that's what Kathy and I are doing. We joke around and call it, we're doing the Lord's work, but we really are, because
mhm,
anybody can go back and look at her videos and get an idea of what's going on, right
yeah,
from where the one that she tried to strike her for, which she got back and put it back up on her channel, was what one of the things that started the last straw with us. We didn't even know anything was wrong. We did that little private live that she tricked us into,
Oh yeah,
which is
yeah.
up for anybody can go listen to it. It's right there, and you can listen to it for yourself. That's where she stabbed us in the back, because we didn't do what she wanted. That night, she did some sort of reaction really late, and contrary again to popular belief, I do sleep, and so I missed all that. But I got up and saw something was going on and looked, and I thought, well, this is interesting. She's making video after video. Well, if you're not with me, you're against me. And I'm like, okay, something's not right here. And we found out the very next day that she had flipped on us and blamed us for something. And I wasn't even really sure what. But again, she tried when, she kept saying, she was going to she taunted everybody with that live for a long time. Well, I'm just going to put it up. And we're like, go ahead. Nobody said anything inappropriate in it at all. And I told the people that were there, because it was me, Candy, Glory, and her. There was 4 of us in there. So I'm like, go ahead, put it up. I mean, I said, guys, if she is going to put this up, she's going to so heavily edit it, because she's trying to spin the narrative that we did something wrong when we all know we didn't.
No.
Now, thank goodness one of us did have the smarts to record it, because something wasn't right. And you could tell. So she did. She taunted everybody, I think, about with a month or so with that video, trying to hold it over.
Yeah, it was
yep,
a
Yeah, I
couple.
mean, yeah, she's trying to hold it over our heads, and oh, look what they tried to do. And then she sent it to a few people too, which was her downfall. And people could see what was said and that we didn't do anything wrong. So, but that's how people get information too. So now I see, and YouTube really needs to change that, because you shouldn't, get doxxed if you have a complaint.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I've recently found out something, and I'll discuss it in Discord about that. But that's why I posted that video this morning. I wanted you guys
Ah,
to listen to. Don't say the name, because I don't want those
I
other
won't.
two down there and figuring it out.
Nope,
But listen to it when you've got time.
I
You know,
will.
in your Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, and so I found out some juicy little things that we can do to protect ourselves. So,
Very good. I'm glad,
right,
because, and
sounds
and
good.
it should never have to come to that. But, it's, I don't know. It's got to stop. And, then we can all go back to hating each other. I don't care. I mean, because none of us really, I don't think anybody hates anybody. I don't even hate her. I don't hate the other one. I feel bad for them. I have some pity. But every time I start to get some form of pity going on, I remember what they've said and done. And I remember that none of us poked this bear. None of us did.
No, and the funny thing about that was the way she edited that video. Either didn't have the knowledge or just couldn't be bothered, but she manually beeped me for the first few minutes because I was telling her it was okay to go and be friends with Angie. So
Right,
she verbally said beep, so nobody could hear this,
right.
and tried to stitch this live that she had us in to fit her storytelling.
Oh,
So
yeah, that was epic.
that was beautiful. That was just beautiful. So because we had the original, I made a video, and
Yep.
unfortunately I had the crappiest internet, and it sounded really bad. So Kate, was that you or Candy that jumped in and used your phone? So
Um,
you have to go through my
yeah,
video to get to their version of it,
right,
and then you could hear
right.
what was actually said.
Yep,
And she struck me again.
yep,
And this time, I was going to go, oh, well, it's only 90 days. I'll let that one fly. And then I thought, no, she used me. She used
yep,
Candy. She used
yep,
Kate.
yep,
All three of us did not consent to this. So I filed a counter strike. And of course, that led to my information being released to her. That's how she got it.
yep.
And
Mm.
I sat there for a day thinking about it. Is it worth it? And I thought, kind of is. I'm a grown up. Don't have anybody that they can, hurt me with. Yeah, okay, I'm going to see what happens. So I did.
This is
I won
so.
that. I won.
Do they know what social services like would do? Like, why? I
I
think that's funny.
Yeah. Tala, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
Hey, hey. So MT, I just wanted to kind of pound it into you what Kate was saying about just not sharing more information than you really need to. Um, you like even just kind of like that you carry cash and a credit card or ATM card on you, kind of thing. Even just down to that. Um, you know, the the people that we're speaking with, she has learned some of her tactics from another YouTuber that's kind of a lot bigger than her, that's been in the game a lot longer.
Mm,
Um, and if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about. It's much more toxic, and he's been kind of recruiting and training some of the other people that run in this area of the internet, um,
yeah.
that is real vile, and they don't need truth, they don't need facts, they don't need anything, to just make up just fabricated lies. So the less that anybody that doesn't care for you knows about you, the better, and
Mm,
especially about your kids too, because you have gorgeous children, but even knowing what they look like and what you look like, that's scary.
It
And
is,
knowing
Calla.
that you can carry cash on you, and they know what you look like, and someone lives down the street and believes that you have a certain preference, or does drugs, or
yeah, that's what I've already spoken with, like, with the off. That's why it became into a harassment thing. Because I remember seeing that in a live. I'm like, do you not know, like, people could come up to me thinking that I actually do these things and stuff. So it took a little bit. Like they're informed about all that. As far as the cash part, like I don't like I no, it's like every person carries cash, but like I don't carry a big amount. I was just saying like, for that incident, that situation, because she was trying to sit there and say that, something. I don't know. She was saying something stupid. That's why I was just like, no, I wasn't. That was my cash, because
Yeah.
she
But
was saying that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just explaining, like responding back to what she was saying because it had to do with an ex who's not even around. Because she
Yeah.
was saying that the money I had, that $100 bill, was his money, and I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense when he's not around. And it was just a simple $100 bill that I needed to break. Everybody carries at least a little bit of money in their, well, at least most guys that I know carry some change, and then the rest on their card, so, but like I wouldn't sit there and put out if I like carried, more than that, or a numerous amount, but I
But
was responding back to what she was saying.
okay, so let me ask you this: was it relevant to or the information that she said? Was it? Did you have to answer her, or could you have just ignored it?
Semi both, a little bit of both. There was an explanation to why I had the money, versus what they were putting out, because I was just really mainly putting gas, and I get Mike his cigarettes every day, and then of course, my stuff. So it was a response to that. That part wasn't even really a bit of a big deal. I was just trying to be like, you dummy, $100 is nothing, you know.
But who needed
So,
to know that information?
huh?
Who needed to know that information?
She already knew it because I was on a live stream in Candy. So I was asking the cash register if he had change to break 100. So
Hmm.
like I didn't give it out today. Like she was talking about, like, the live stream that went on, and she was trying to say that I was talking to my drug dealer. So that's why I was like, no. I was talking to the cash register guy. I said, "Do you have enough change to break 100?" But she tried to switch the story up and say that I was talking to a drug dealer.
Oh God.
Right, because MT didn't know where the mute button was.
Right. But what
Hello.
my ultimate question is why does it matter if you were talking to a drug dealer or a cashier?
That's what
Who?
I try to ask them,
That's
But
true.
why? But why did you even answer? Why could you just ignore them and go?
because I don't have to, but I do have a voice and I won't be silenced. And I stayed silenced for a good while, and I've just had enough.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
because
Yeah.
nobody else, like one thing I've learned out here, nobody else is going to protect you except yourself. You always have people that will be by your side. But if you just sit there and stay quiet, now, big situations on big things, yes, I understand to a certain extent, but like when it comes to something like this, I'm gonna sit there and clear that up and then just move on to the next. That's
Oh
that type of, you know.
yeah. Oh sure. Sure. No, I was just. I
Yeah,
was
like
just wondering.
like that. It was like that was just a little minor situation, and I kind of found it humorous because I'm like, dang, I'm not even with my ex Angel, and it seems like she's in love with him because she's always mentioning him, Angel, 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 and I'm like, I've gotten that dude's been out of the picture. The only
Yeah.
reason why he's seeming like he's in my picture now is because you're bringing him up a lot more, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But we
Because
all know that me and him have been. It's been what about when we last separated? Like at least 3 or 4 years. Yeah,
mhm.
3 or 4 years, and we got Alana, still up on that stuff, and I've already had a boyfriend already. So and that's what I'm saying. There's already somebody, and I'm like, oh great, she's bringing it up. She's
You
bringing it up, and
posted pictures of you guys together. She's
Yeah.
yes,
still going back.
yes, like bring up him at least. Say it's his money, say it's his money, not
Yeah.
Angel. It makes no sense,
But I
you know.
yeah. Kind of. I was asking you in the kind of like in the vein of picking your battles in a way. Like
Hmm.
what information to share and what not to share because at the end of the day, she really is relevant, and it is the internet.
You're welcome, Kate.
You know. So yeah, I just
Yeah,
want. I don't want to see you get hurt, especially by
no, I
something that you
understand,
riles
and
up.
I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
really do.
and especially your kids too, because they're just too precious. They really are.
Yeah, I haven't really mentioned them at all. Like I've tried to keep them out of it because I already know that they're gonna say enough, you
Hmm.
know, ish already. So that's why lately I haven't been bringing up the topic of my kids. That's what I'm doing. All I know is that they are getting taken care of, and that's none of their business. And
Yeah.
my time with
Exactly.
them is none of their business as well. And I know what I give them. I know what I offer them. So, and that's all to it. And maybe that can allow more room, open doors for rumors to come out of their mouth, because I'm not going to mention them. But that's okay because they don't know the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. All right. Cool. I just
So
wanted to
Can
kind
I
of, yeah,
can
just
I mention something?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so MT, I'm new to all of this, but I just wanted to say that I support you, and it's really wrong the steps that she's taking to try to destroy you.
yep. And you know what? We're gonna get through this, and I know,
Yeah.
like, it's fine because like my jobs are good. I'm good. At the end of the day, I have food to eat. I'm taken care of. My kids are taken care of. My family and friends are taken care of. And I guess that's why I still sit there and say that I'm blessed.
Right.
So,
They're just
but
pissed that they had a come to Jesus moment. You know,
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically it.
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
we're
Yep. Yep.
good
Yep.
though. They
Yep.
they've been attempting so hard though. Like you see, I mean, one phone call is all it would really take, and they've given multiple phone calls. These people aren't going that like the health department. Like when I spoke with them, they're like, okay. For example, they're saying that I'm giving AIDS to people and I've made people kill themselves. Do they not know that? First of all, if somebody would have to go to them, that person, whoever I allegedly gave HIV or AIDS to, that person would have to go to them, and then they investigate, and then they would also take blood samples from me. That's how they do that shit. And then somebody could face prison time. So how am I even walking around if I've given so many people this stuff and everybody at these restaurants this? And do they not know that there are multiple fast food owners that live with HIV and that's not an issue? Do they know that there are people in hospitals that have HIV and still working? The police that have HIV and still working. So what is it an issue that I'm working in the fast food stuff? And first and foremost, I'm not sexually active with my employees nor my customers. And they're stupid. It's like they really don't know how it works. And I don't know. I guess I should have expected that, but I'm like, everywhere there's always somebody up in a Walmart, up in a Target, you're at the gas station, somebody has it around you. So what is that people got to work. There are some doctors that have it. So Alana, I guess you got a lot of reporting to do. you know
Well, but
it's
again,
ridiculous.
and it's none of their business.
Hmm.
And she does the same thing. She sits there and says, "Oh, well, it's my life. How dare you talk about it's my life?" Well, then don't put your life out there, and it won't get talked about. And don't lie about your life, and it won't get talked about.
Yeah.
And
And now
then if you just don't put it out there. I mean, that's the whole thing is just don't put it out there. So
and even with like now it's now I didn't even know that a lot. Like I heard, you know rumors and all this stuff, but I didn't know that Alana's daughter was adopted. But I don't know. I thought Alana, like, they had custody of their kids or something like that. So they gave their daughter up for.
Never believe Alana ever had custody of those kids.
I don't
That's
think
sad.
so. That's,
No.
my opinion again. Again, we're having opinions here tonight.
Oh
This
yeah.
is almost like our
Turn
this
off
is our
that.
public town hall.
Yeah.
Our public town hall meeting here. Because again,
I'm gonna
it's
real quick. I'm gonna leave. I'll
Yeah.
be in the
oh,
chat.
Thanks
thanks,
for jumping up.
Calla.
Thank you, Kyla.
Let me come up. And
Take
Thank you, Kyla.
care.
it was all out of care and love for you. Take
Thank
care.
you. I appreciate it very much. You have
Yeah,
yourself a good night.
you too.
Bye.
Thanks, Calla.
I just
So,
was surprised.
but again, that's just what, everybody, Rotten said it the other night. Everybody just said Mum's the word. You don't owe them any kind of explanation because that's what they want everybody to do. They throw these threats out there. So you feel like you have to prove it. They're talking about, you don't see your kids, and then all of a sudden you're posting 8 million things of your kids. You're just giving them what they want so they can take it to the next level.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And it's sad that you can't put up your kids like that because
Yeah.
people do because you do have beautiful kids, but when the wackies are out, you have to kind of pull it back. And I think
Yeah.
that's what they wanted you to do, and you did exactly what they wanted. So
Oh,
they
with what?
dare everybody. They got on you. You didn't show the case number. You're a chicken. No, dummy. He's smart. Why would
Yeah.
he show you any personal information? Everybody within my voice has learned what you do with personal information. Do you really think people are going to be stupid and share personal information with you now? No, we're
Mhm.
not.
And as
So
long as she doesn't,
nobody's going to show anything.
yep, as long as she doesn't have that, I can keep proceeding, doing what I'm doing the right way. The investigators, they even said that too. So, so it's all out there. All I do is keep recording, keep recording. That's it. And but lately, I've been slacking on that. Because I even was trying to get a hold of Munching for the screenshot of like when she posted my medical record, but I found it. I found it through my phone. So I went there that day and I submitted that. So that's why I was trying to go in and talk to them about that and show them. But I went ahead and just emailed that. They got in touch with me. So, and tomorrow's a Monday, so it's going to be very busy. So I'll be able to do that. I get off around 4. So, it'll be back over there. So, um,
But
there's
it'll
nothing else.
be worth all this bullshit.
Yep. Yep.
But I just can't believe, like, like my kids have never been taken away, and this whole time, while shit is being said about me from Alana herself, she gave her daughter up, and within that community post, you could clearly tell that she's never had a relationship with Alana, especially her response back, "Is she dead?" Like, I'm like,
I
wow,
know.
Ah,
Exactly.
that was something.
Exactly. Exactly.
that
You
said a
know,
lot.
yeah, it did.
No,
It did
and
say a lot.
and not giving any credit to Nina, but at least Nina had some video phone or phone video of her little boy.
Yeah.
Alana has nothing. No
Wow.
pictures she's ever put up, not that I know of,
No.
or any little videos. No baby coming home from the hospital. That kind of stuff. New mother stuff. Nothing.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. We would even in Discord, we would be talking about stuff and you know, uh, memes and funny things and kids and that kind of stuff. And she never participated in that. She was only there if, she thought somebody was going to talk about somebody, or she would come in and try to start, well, so and so's doing this and so's doing that. Go look. And it's like, huh, what? So no. So, and again, 1 minute she was there. No, then she was, oh, I was never in that Discord. Oh, well, if you were never in that Discord, how did you get all four of us together to have a private conversation and do a private live stream?
Exactly.
Golly, how'd that happen? Holy cow. It's kind of like, yeah, you flashed your stomach back to 2008 and got a picture of somebody else. So again, girlfriend, you look stupid. Save
Mm.
yourself now. We will even ask you and beg you one last time. Stop. Just wander away. That's all
I
we
hope.
ask. It would be by Christmas. Just wander away. Just
Well, one,
please
one thing
wander
that's not
away.
gonna wander away is like all this. Like, I'm just
Oh, I
like,
know, honey.
yeah,
Yeah, I get it. I get
it
it. I get it.
damage damage is already
Yeah,
done, and
I
these
get it.
recordings are gonna live out here forever. So,
Well, and you know what though? It she brought it on herself. She has brought this on herself. She finally met her match because other people, not saying that, the community that Kathy and, all the other guys came from wasn't strong. They were because they were smart. They still are smart. Smart, smart, smart. They know better. They don't even talk. They don't even think her. They don't even think her name. They don't.
mhm.
They don't even
They don't
think it
turn in
because they're
her
smart.
direction.
Exactly, exactly. No matter what, and good God, for as big a community as that is, I'm amazed by it. I'm in awe that they can,
I
but they
hope
do.
I, I hope Rochelle, like, invites her, to listen to some of the stuff that she's doing if she really wants get to get a chance to meet her mother, not like that, but to hear the bullshit that comes from her mother and to know that, it was better off. There was a reason why you were adopted. You certainly don't want this,
Right.
so,
Right.
but
Well, and lots of people. And so she's brought this on herself. They're the ones over there going, well, you don't want this smoke. You don't want this smoke. No, you're right. We didn't want the smoke. But if you're going to keep putting it out and putting it out, you're going to get the smoke.
yeah,
So now you're getting the smoke and you're going to have to pay the price for the smoke.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got that right,
So
Kate.
people begged them to stop. People didn't, because again,
mm-mm.
they're the ones that sat and said, oh, well, we don't ever do this to anybody. We don't ever take things in real life. And just let me give them a heads up, which I don't know why I'm feeling generous, but I hope they realize that even on a text now number, when you call the police department, whether it's non-emergency, whether it's emergency, whatever, where if it's a line going in, it can be recorded.
Oh
So
yeah,
they know. She can sit there. I mean, I loved the one conversation that she had with a cop, and she's live streaming. Well, I don't know how they got my phone number. Because you just gave it out. I wonder how that is. And so again, it's gullible at best. Like when she sat there, she instantly went nuts because the troll sent her an email saying, I'm so and so and so and so, and you have a warrant for your arrest. You dumbass, really? Oh, you're just going to fall for that again. How many times have trolls sent her shit and triggered her ass?
yeah. She knew
More
not to.
times than I can count.
When was this though?
This was the other day. She's the one, that's what got her all in an uproar on a live stream. Supposedly, she's over there yippity yapping with the other one, and she gets an email because she put their email up on her banner. So, okay,
The cops
hello.
should not send her, like, she should be like, come on, her age, like, that's not how it
No,
works.
it
The
was
cop.
supposedly you. It was supposedly you
Oh
that
yeah,
sent
well,
it. So,
yeah,
but
okay.
it's again, how many times have trolls sent this woman emails and she falls for it every time? Every time. It's like, hello, it's called a troll.
An
you know,
email can't arrest you. So
Yeah,
and well,
and not only on top of that, even okay, so somebody impersonated to be me. She has always known that I use only one email. So I think
well, she did it for drama. She did it for
yeah,
drama, probably.
she knew it wasn't me. She just
Of
like
course
needed
not.
something to talk about.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, stupidity. But
Oh,
we'll see what tomorrow gives us. I mean, tomorrow they got a busy day, which I know I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that. Tomorrow, Alana's supposed to be calling social services. They're supposed to be doing all this shit. And then, like, when I had tuned into their live, Alana seen Supreme Queen in the chat, and she's like, "What's Supreme Queen's address? I'm calling social services on her tomorrow." Like, I'm like, damn, like, it's stupid,
well, Supreme
It's really.
Queen records them. So
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of a stupid thing to say.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, she sat right here and gave, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're getting very, very careless. Very careless. Because she put right out on her community post what she did to Roe. Hello. Good job. Thank you.
Yep,
Great
and this is
job.
So,
all
yeah,
evidence. It's all
exactly.
evidence. So
It is.
not only is it like once all my stuff is complete, I can show them this. Like Rochelle, she emailed me and stuff, and I even gave Rochelle the deputy's email too. So yeah, Valana can keep sitting there saying it's fake. No, it's not. So
Well,
it's yeah.
yeah, that's good. And
So
what she doesn't realize too is once you call, I mean, calling the police department, trust me, the police department gets stuff like this, they get it, but it does take away from, real stuff that needs to be handled. So it is an
mhm,
annoyance.
yeah.
But they also, I don't know, they they just don't, they only tolerate it for so long before you get in trouble. Plus, if you actually call a business though, and and do it on a live stream, because it's going to get recorded, because everything they're being, they think it's because they're so famous and going to be whatever and popular, everybody's recording them. No, everybody's recording you because your time is coming here, that you're going to
It's
get in trouble.
evidence.
Yeah, exactly. So once though they start calling businesses and say this and this and this and this about someone, the business can press charges against them.
Yep, and that's why I was waiting for her to, with her spare time, to find out where I worked because I was waiting for that. They already told me if she were to ever show up with what's going on, just call them. It doesn't matter if she were to take off, she would be arrested. My bosses know that too. If there's a phone call, doesn't even matter if it's questioning if I work there or not, and it's a female. All we got to do is report that and figure out where exactly it's coming from, since I have that case number, so they know how crucial it is and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. As far as her calling the health department and social services, that's just being notated as more evidence. But if she were to call my job, maybe not even thinking if I work there, but just trying to find out, yeah, sure, it'll be it from there.
Right. Well, I think that they've tried to call, some of the people in the others community, they've tried to call their jobs and things like that. And that's just not going to go. It's not going to fly. And I don't, like I said, I think I said this the other day with Kathy, they don't understand how much times have changed, even in just the last 5 years, about things that are just aren't tolerated anymore.
Hmm.
And this is some of the stuff that's just not going to be tolerated anymore. So, I don't know what they expect. People have asked them, please stop, let it go, leave everybody alone. But then they want to flip the narrative and go, oh, well, they are the bullies. They're the bullies. They're the bullies, which, Kathy did great shorts today about exactly memory lane here, on who is actually stalking who. So,
Oh, I need to go see that.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
they're
it's
just
informative.
short videos. I took one of Nina's community posts where she's tagging and sharing out other people's videos, and then I countered with my own, showing the difference between throwing shade, which is what I do, and actual stalking. So that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
there's a
Okay,
big
I
difference.
got a request from Mans.
Oh, yes, dear.
There.
Oh.
I should have emphasized something, but
Somebody throw her a fish.
salmon.
Does anybody have a
Yeah,
shiny red ball for her nose to juggle?
did we lose MT or did I kick him off?
Oh, oops. I think I know that I looked again and Taylor was gone. So bye, Taylor, if you're still here. I don't know, but fun to see you.
Yeah, she
And
take a bath, so she was off to take a bath.
oh, okay, very good. I'm sorry. See, I just keep going. So, you know me. But
That's
it's, again, I hope he does take everybody's advice and not, talk about everything that's going on, and just, keep it behind the scenes. And it's, because it's they just keep taking it one higher level and one higher level and one higher level. I mean, I just don't get it.
well, now
I
it's
really
almost
don't.
getting clownish. They're just saying stuff to try and top themselves,
Well,
and not
yeah.
realizing how absolutely ridiculous they are.
Right, right. And, you know, we know that they're full of shit. They threaten to sue and this and that and that. But, people from the other communities, like, Supreme Queen, she feels very threatened and
I'm
that her family
sorry
feels
to
threatened.
Supreme, but I'm not a young mother either, so
Right, exactly. So, I can totally understand how they feel too. And, they want to put an end to it and they'll do what they need to do to put an end to it too. So, I don't know either if they would voluntarily stop or not. I mean, I hope so, but it certainly doesn't look like it.
yeah.
And, I'm just going to keep being truthful. And if they don't like what I say, I don't really care. I really don't.
Sure. Oh,
I don't like what they say. So they can not like what I say too. I don't care.
I know that now they're just doing it because they know what bothers Supreme.
I agree with that, Kathy.
Yeah.
I do. I do. Because neither one of them's not gonna. How you gonna roll up? You buy noodles. How you gonna roll up?
On their scooters.
Exactly. So and that's what I'm saying. We all know that that's a bunch of shit. But I would be intimidated though. I would feel intimidated if I were her. That I have little kids and that they're going to this extent. What would they really do? What would one of their followers do? You never
Yeah, her
know.
kids are younger.
Oh, there you are. I'm sorry.
No, he caught back up. But the thing is, what kind of followers? Because honestly, I don't even know how many people are in their chat. I'm not bothering to look. But let's say
No.
it's about what 10?
Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
10
And
people.
half
They're
of
They're
them are
not.
probably
recording, so.
yeah. So they're probably people from here.
Hmm.
Right, exactly.
So
And the one that the guy that's sitting there, saying that I have a sexual obsession with him. But as soon as I clicked on it just now when I got booted off, I walked in and they're talking about Skeet, like they're listening to your live, and they're like,
hello.
did you hear that? It sounded like someone was skeeted. I'm like, what the heck? The same guy who's sitting there talking about I have a sexual obsession. Like they're disgusting.
Oh yeah, come on. I mean, that's one thing. And Kathy and I have said this all along. We get on here, you know, we don't have to be nasty and disgusting and crude. Yeah, yeah, you'll get a cussing from time to time, you sure will. But nobody is nasty and vulgar.
I can
We
only
can,
imagine. Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying we can talk and get a point across without it because we are educated adults.
Mm-hmm. True. But I was thinking, I can only imagine because um as they were listening to y'all before I came over here, because I was like, wait, are they like reacting to one of Kathy's old videos and all that stuff? And then I came over here and seen y'all were live when y'all talked about. I didn't even know this. Y'all said that Nina, tried to do that to Shanique, draw a penis on
Yeah.
her kids
Yes,
or
she did.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when y'all were saying that, Nina was like so proud about that, and that's what I find disgusting. One thing that like, did she actually do that to her kids? Like, did she? I wonder if she really drew penises on her kid's forehead. I mean, because she's going around and drawing it on everybody else's
Oh yeah,
kid.
she did it and stuck it in a community post and thought it was funny and whatever. And and Shanique is the grown up. I don't even think she addressed it. And that's
Mm-mm.
more power to her. I admire her
Mm.
because and Shanique's never caused problems for anybody. She's a delightful gal. And that's just it. They're trying to go after people that they think, like they're bored with us because they don't get the reactions out of us that they want. So they're
Mm.
moving on. They're trying to get Dan. They're trying to get La. They're trying to get other people. And it's just like, you know what? None of them care. They don't
She is
care.
truly a weak individual if she has to target not just a child. They always say kids are off limits, under 18 until they're adult, whatever. Kids are kids or adult, we're all somebody's kids. But for you to deliberately attack like little kids, you gotta be effing weak. and Nina is pathetic and weak, and it just goes to show that I can only imagine the things that she did to her kids if she can sit there and on random kids and draw this shit on them. That's nasty. Like that is, I mean, go ahead
Yeah.
and do it on my, go draw that shit on my face, take my baby picture and do all that shit because I'm an adult now and I can defend myself. But for you to do that on a like a toddler's forehead,
Isn't that
Yeah.
technically CP?
yes,
Yeah, I think it would be.
Hmm.
yes,
I think that would be. And she did it on a picture that Unspoken had posted, and oh
Yeah.
my God, that baby was one of the most beautiful babies. Oh my God, that baby was absolutely beautiful. And then they had to do that to it, to
yeah.
to,
Hmm.
to that
And
picture.
one on
And
her
I was just
granddaughter.
appalled.
Yeah.
That's her
And I'm like,
soul.
but that's exactly how they do. And they do it for the attention too.
Yeah,
They know it's disgusting. I mean,
because
look at some of the stuff that, um, I think it was Crazy said to Annie about her and some of the stuff with kids and everything. Oh, I listened to that. I was just horrified. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, that's disgusting. I mean,
see,
it's
there are
disgusting. Thinks like that. Seriously. Thinks like that. So that's where the disturbed part comes in. And that's why I would just, keep everything on the down low because you never know. I mean, where these wackadoos could show up.
yeah, well,
They
you
sit
know,
there and say, oh, well, I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat. Well, then why do you keep coming out threatening everyone
yeah,
if you aren't a threat?
they're wasting people's time, services, people who actually really go to work, like the people at the health department and CPS and all this stuff. Like you're not doing anything. You're not moving anything along these YouTube streets. And of course, they got to act out because I mean, we know that they can't be recognized for anything good. They know that. I mean, because they've already burned their own bridges, so they have to draw like Nina. She has to draw these, figures, these nasty images on kids to catch people's attentions, you know? But I don't know, like I try to separate because Alana and Nina are two separate people. Alana is effing crazy all the way 100%. Now, Nina is just as crazy, but she is pure like that is she's like a demon, like she is nasty. So is Alana, but Alana, despite everything,
Alana's needy.
yeah, yes. And but one thing I can sit there and say is that Alana has not yet crossed that boundary when it comes to drawing, that on, my kids or anybody else's kids. She's still messed up and crazy and effed up, but that's one thing I can say that she hasn't hit yet. That if she does, then that will be a new all-time, thing. But um, I don't know. They're both two different types of crazy. So
Any recommendations, Rotten?
mhm.
I'm going with it the tie.
True. Alana's
Yeah, Nina's
Nina's
possessed.
possessed.
God,
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Nina is like demonic to me. She is like for you, like I don't know. She's no different than somebody the people who go up in a school and shoot them kids and baby killers. That's Nina and Bachi for you. Like she has no compassion. She doesn't care about anybody that's on her panel. She doesn't care about any of her surroundings. Nina is like a walking demon, like 100% all the way a walking demon. And one thing that I don't understand is that how does she mix God with her actions? Like I heard her short saying that, God always makes a way for her. How?
yeah.
If that was the case, God made tons of ways for you, Nina, when he was trying to save you. When he was trying to get you to, you know, keep your kids. He allowed all these people to come and help you out, but you just turn the other cheek and you want to sit there and say that God makes ways for you? How? We're on a panel right now sitting with another nutcase? That ain't God, honey. That's not God. That's you surrounding yourself with other stupid negative people. You still don't got your kids at the end of the day. That's facts. Bottom line, you won't ever have them. You'll have to live with that for eternal, you know.
Right.
And Alana
Right.
too.
Yep. Oh yeah, I mean, she had to come, make a fake video of baby talk, and then two fake videos of meeting my family at the pool. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
You don't have that, and
That was at the
you're
hotel where she gets the emergency people to pay for her room so she can
Mhm.
shower and wash her clothes.
Yeah.
makes sense.
It makes sense.
So, the fact that Alana has to go out there and make these fake baby recordings and, pretend that her kids are sending her stuff, that does show that she's living a miserable life because she feels the suffering because that's what caused her to go make that fake video. So, but unfortunately, that feeling is never going to go away. That spot is never going to be filled. God is going to make them suffer with that feeling, and that's if that's all the satisfaction that I get, that she feels miserable and she has to continue making videos pretending she has her kids, well, then I'm happy because at least I know that she's getting some type of, suffering that she deserves, Like, I don't want anything to happen to Alana. I want her to live a long, long life. The longer, the better, because the more longer that she'll go without her kids, you know,
Well, yeah, I mean, she's been wishing death on us for like a year and a half.
that would be my
I
golden
mean,
ticket.
some of
No
us
more
in,
pain.
and again, and if anybody, if and if anybody got unsolicited nudes from her, you do realize that you can contact Google because Google doesn't like that very much. So if you got an email from her with something that was naughty that you never asked for, like when seen that can't be unseen, right, mans? Um, that's a felony. And again, Google doesn't like that. Google doesn't like that. I was lucky. I was spared that. I think she knew better than do that to me.
Yeah.
Oh, the photoshopped accent was just
Yes.
hilarious.
Yes. And
Oh
boy, what a
God.
shocker that was. I was, whoa, 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 whoa. You
Apparently, she doesn't
really
know what
should
her nether
warn.
regions
I'm like
look
curling up in a ball right now thinking about it, going, no, ah, it was horrible.
like.
No warning, no nothing. Damn it, nickname.
I was spared, thank God.
Oh, really? I'll share it.
No, thanks. I saw it once. Nope, 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 nope.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were spared and you
I
missed
was
it. I'm
spared.
just like, oh, dear
Nickname
God, how
shared
could you have
hers.
missed it?
No,
Oh,
nickname shared hers.
yeah, I know. She was so generous. Oh,
Mhm.
like I
I
said,
remember
true.
one of them. She didn't even uh crop her head right. Her head was like tilted off the body. Like I'm like,
Well,
oh God.
I
Was that
think we're
more
talking. Yeah, I think there was more than one. We got a different one, and ours was still photoshopped too. It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
she
good
sent
God, really?
she sent one off to Kiwi Farms, and when they called her on it, she was so upset that she did. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody archived it on there. I haven't bothered to go and look, but oh
I heard
Lord,
about that one, and that's the one I think MT's talking about that they've seen.
Yeah,
That one's pretty
that's
yeah.
it.
famous. Yeah, that
Now,
one's pretty famous.
like you gotta be that like I don't know. Like, what's the point in Photoshop? Like, I understand if you're on TikTok and you have them natural filter things and all that stuff. But when you take the time to put your head on somebody else's body, Mama, you're not happy with yourself. That's you're deep rooted. Like, go work for that body. Don't take somebody else's picture and what they worked for. Although the image that the body that she used, that female was still thick, but it's still like use your own body. Like, why
But it
take
was a
hers?
nice body.
Well,
It
and
was
can we just say it again? The only thing the woman has ever been honest about, she doesn't know how to Photoshop. That's so apparent. because
Mm.
she doesn't. She needs to go to Photoshop 101 because she is very bad at it.
Well, she's doing all this on her phone, so
Yeah.
you need like a serious computer and all the bells
Yes,
and buttons and
you hear that, Alana? They're being nice, trying to give you some tips. Like use your computer or something.
well,
Shit.
even Kim
I think,
Kardashian can't do it right. She gets called out every time on Instagram. So,
yeah.
Oh God, let's not compare her to Kim Kardashian. She'll be coming out
no,
trying to
but
be
I'm
like her
saying
tomorrow.
Kim Kardashian tries to slim up or give herself a thigh gap, and then she's always found out. So,
Hmm. I seen one picture where like Kim Kardashian, like her it's something where she edited her leg or her thigh and something, and it looked like super skinny, but the other one was like big.
uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
I missed that one, damn it.
But I do
Oh
like when
no.
she uses filters and goes up live, and she doesn't keep in frame, and all of a sudden, on one side of her face will expand, you know,
Hmm.
and her
Oh
chin's.
yes, exactly. Yeah, and well, and it's so funny too because Lynn did the best short. It's it's her all, with the no slimmed filter and just filter, filter, filtered. It's so heavily filtered. And it's like this is what you get told she looks like, but then this is what she really looks like. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
She looks different
whoa.
in all her pictures though. Like I seen the one where apparently her face was skinny and she has the no eyebrows. There's that one, and then there's another. Like I don't know. She looks
I
different
have a
in
whole gallery.
every. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
she looks.
of course we do. Um, but it's just, it's comical, and I think she looks at it like this is what she's getting away with, this, that people are buying this because one time, the first time after the sleeve, just before we had this other procedure that was all of a sudden another emergency because the acid reflux, which is GERD, by the way, it's like, okay, your gastro, big long word, reflux disease, it's called GERD. Tons of people have it. It's extremely common. So there was never anything on there about revision. She just wanted to keep running with that. She proved that. She proved that. She did not prove that. And then with the sleeve, she wanted to keep saying that, oh, well, I had the proof, but I didn't do it. No, that's what she's been telling everybody. She just didn't put the proper proof up. No, girl, you didn't put any proof up. People begged you to put proof up. And all we got was photoshopped proof for
Hmm.
days. Oh my God, days and days and days of Photoshop stuff. And it was just like, really, really. Yeah, it's people behind the scenes. That thing's shared like wildfire, and people are looking at that going. And all I said was, "Does she think that's really gonna fly?" I'm sorry, it's not. And it's just like, why? This has been an epic fail. And again, people begged her over and over, just let it go, walk away, let it be. You had people
Yes,
telling you it didn't matter, just stop.
B is so
And
right.
she wouldn't. And she wouldn't. She wouldn't do it.
And when you lose weight rapidly, your skin can't keep up
No. Oh
and
no.
it
No.
sags. So when she shows her tight, filtered face, dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
And she said after the first thing that she had lost 45 pounds, but then they had to do this revision all of a sudden in September because stuff wasn't going right. She wasn't able to hold anything down. And I'm like, but you're losing weight. I thought that was the whole thing here. So why would you have to
Mhm.
have a revision? And never in any of the stuff, she tries to lead you into what she wants you to hear.
Hmm.
Nobody ever said anything about a revision. All the proof she kept showing daily, constantly, look, 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 look. She was getting you to look at this, but not the big picture. She wanted you to look away. She didn't want
Can
you to see the direct thing here. There was nothing
we
about a revision, nothing.
can we couldn't
That's
we
why
have
she
just
would
like
take those
seen
awkward photos, you know?
Right,
Look here,
right,
not over there.
right. And the people that had the procedure actually were like, whoa, this is completely different than anything we've ever seen. So, of course, again, with the track record of this person, of course, people are going to be standing back going, yeah, okay, wait a minute.
I don't know. She didn't have to like do all this photoshopping. If she really had it, she could have just came on live and showed herself and like put her camera back and all that stuff, you
Yep,
know?
that's exactly
Easily.
it. And
Yep,
when she was
easily.
on Annie's panel,
Yep,
and it all started out all friendly like, and then when somebody suggested that perhaps she stand up and turn the camera on, it was all of a sudden Carlos wouldn't approve.
right.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep,
what?
Yep.
right, right.
And
And
I
but yet,
remember telling,
it's and then over the protein shakes too. It's like,
Oh,
seriously? I mean, stop. Then all of a sudden it got deflected to the protein shake and all this other stuff, and you were calling me this and calling me that, and that she was attacking Niecy, and Annie was trying to be diplomatic about it, but get to the truth, and that is why I went on Annie's panel that night, because I was going to be like, you know what, I'm the one that found and did, and I almost regret it at this point, but because of what it's caused, but I am the one that reverse searched it and went, okay,
yep.
fine. Shit. Now what do I do with it? Okay, now you know, Kate. Now what are you going to do with it? And I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm telling. So,
Well,
and
see,
I did because I thought about it for like 20 minutes. What do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, I'm going to tell because it's just ridiculous that she keeps getting away with this crap. She keeps getting free passes right and left. And it's just not right.
she tried to call me
And
a
so I
bad
told.
she tried to call me a bad friend, but yet I knew this wasn't real. I didn't believe her words from the get-go because it wasn't adding up. Now, when Sarah went on her panel and told her, "Oh, go on live." I sat there. I was on panel. I said, "No, no." The reason why I told Alana no was because I knew it was a lie, and I knew first off, Alana wasn't gonna do that, and
All right.
I didn't want, like, literally, I didn't want because I had let Alana talk. I was just like, yeah, okay, yeah, kind of like that. Sometimes you got to do that, and deep down, I knew that she didn't have the surgery, and I knew that if she were to turn on her camera, people would have seen that there would have been no surgery, and she would have been taunted and called out. And I was kind of actually looking out for her, but yet she called me a bad friend. I had even reached out behind the scenes on Instagram and told her, I was like, hey, I don't even care if you had the surgery or not. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I said, look, if you didn't even have it, then whatever. And she's like, but I did have it, MC, I did have it. And I said, well, I don't care either way. I'm still here. It was just I just got tired of that she kept on going with it. You
Right.
know,
Right. And that's Annie said the same thing.
it wore it out.
It's yeah, and it's just like, you know what? Look, I've got, subscribers that look up to me, that come to my community, and I'm not gonna be the laughing stock here. I'm not. So she
Yep, and
drew the line in the sand, and which, she had already had problems before with her, and she knew what she was capable of. She's called her landlord before and tried to cause problems for her in her life. So everybody gets what she's like. And
and
so
she's
yeah,
known to doctor up stuff like a lot. She's known like even with the fake cease and desist and all that stuff, like
oh
with the
gee,
fake
that's
yeah, the fake obituary and all that stuff. Like you think you
right,
expect me to believe this paperwork in front of you?
right,
Now you're mad because now say for example, say she did have it. Well, even if she did have it, I'm sorry, I can't believe you because of your past actions. That's
well, right,
your fault. you know?
And that's what everybody said all along. Everybody's pretty much
Hmm.
said that all along. It's your history with the past. And I'm sorry, and I've said this about a lot of things. Past behavior predicts future behavior.
Yep.
And she can't shake it. She can't do anything different. I mean, like everybody has said, this is the pattern. There's a pattern here with this. But the pattern, it has never gotten this bad before. Now, I heard, rumor, and I don't even really know if it's true or not, and I don't want to get into it because, they have lucked out and been able to shut her out. But, I know she tried to go real life on them too.
Hmm.
And I
I
don't know
know
how that worked out, but, I'm just saying this is what she does.
the pattern. Yep,
This is what she does.
it is. Oh my God, Kate Winslet.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. I know exactly. We are. We're
No, it's
terrible,
just
horrible trolls.
that MT wouldn't support the lie.
Right.
Wouldn't
And
come
that's
out
exactly what
and
happened.
say, "Yeah, I saw her, in the hospital." That's what she wanted you to do and to say. Like she makes Carlos, she texts Carlos what to say on panels.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's why he sounds so confused all the time.
Right.
Kella said,
Exactly.
not calling her out, bad friend, lack of attention. No, it's not that. Like, okay, I'm gonna try to explain it the best way that I can. If Alana was normal, like a normal person, how I can call out a friend, then yes, I would have. Alana is different, and when you're dealing with somebody who is not really mentally stable there, you have to approach the situation very differently because you don't know how it's going to escalate because it can go from 0 to
Oh,
100 real quick. Now, with
absolutely.
yeah, with munching, yes, like if munching does something, like literally on the spot, I've called munching out on the phone. I'm like, you did this and all that stuff, and then we talk about it. But Ilana is not that type of your average, typical, normal person, you know?
Yeah. No, we found that out in Discord.
Yeah.
So
If you say one thing, like you could say it nicely, and she could take it differently. Boom. If she has your information, you forget it. That's gonna be
oh,
all over the
she
place.
was always passively aggressively telling me she had my information because of
Oh,
Hmm.
the
yeah.
types. All the time she was doing that. And I'm going, yeah, 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 yeah. I've got yours too. So
I
Yeah.
know exactly.
Yeah.
and I choose to handle that information differently. I'm not a
Right.
pussy.
Yep.
Exactly. Yet.
So whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Kala. It's just I was actually trying to. I didn't want the situation to escalate. I was kind of trying to be smart because we know how Alana can be. But at the end of the day, there is no. Even if you make smart moves, like how they sit there and say, just ignore somebody, they'll stop. Oh no, this one right here, this is not that case. You can make smart
Yeah.
moves, and it'll
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, that didn't work, did
Yeah.
it? Um,
No.
well, like I said, we do look at it with a lot of amusement because that's so outrageously ridiculous, the lies they come up with, the twist they try to get people to believe. And again, that's what I've told everybody. You guys, we all know that it's not true. All of it, we all know, but it's extra
Mhm.
frustrating for the people that it's happening to. So I totally get it, but we're going to be there. I don't know. I don't want to think of it as, I get accused of antagonizing once. Yeah, I maybe am antagonizing a little bit, but it's kind of like a comeuppance. They,
Yep.
Almost.
they, they sat there and tormented me for so long. Well, you know what? Hey, I'm going to torment you now and see how
What
you like it.
what you put out is what you get back.
Exactly. If you stare into the void too long, the void turns back and stares back at you.
Right. And I'm sorry. I didn't ask for a community wall. I just kind of got one.
I know. That's so funny. And I do love the way they tried to scare us with Nina's community wall. Oh
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
still
I
waiting to be terrorized. Thanks.
I'm waiting still. I'm still waiting. I mean, because if there's going to be an LOL suit or
Right.
somebody's going to come to make a hit on me, I hope it's before my well, no, after vacation would be best, I guess.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so don't
So
get me until after vacation if you don't mind. If I
after
can
Christmas
say,
Eve, if you don't
have
mind.
a say, if I could have a say.
Well, I'm gonna jump off here because my phone is dying, and then I'll
No
listen, and
worries.
then I'm
Yeah.
gonna go
Well, we're
watch
gonna
reports
wrap it up.
afterwards.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yep,
wrap
yep,
it up now. So,
yep, yep.
All right. Well, I hope
all
you
right.
guys have a great night.
You too. Thank you for
You
coming up.
too.
All right. Bye, Kathy, Kate, and chat. Bye.
Okay, guys. I think we've tortured them enough for the evening.
Oh yeah,
Let
maybe.
them have their aftermath talk
Oh,
and
I
start
know.
on and clutch their pearls and wish death upon us. So I
Oh
am going to
yeah.
watch the movie.
The I know the most horrible thing. I can't believe it. Tonight is the series finale for The Walking Dead.
Aw, I kind of lost interest 5 years back.
Kathy, a lot of people said that it was about 5 years ago that they
Yeah,
thought they wore it out. Now, I kind of got off of it for a little while, but then I came back because I am a Carol, Daryl, Rick, the whole original
I
cast.
know
That's
all his greasy glory. I know.
oh yeah, oh yes, girl, yes. So I'm bummed and excited at the same time. So I'm getting ready to go get my popcorn ready because that's coming
Okay.
and notifications will be going off. So if anything good happens, I'll let
I'll see you in Discord. Okay,
bye,
hi,
everybody.
Jenny,
Thank you for coming, everybody.
Katie,
Thanks.
Mans. Oh, thank you all for coming down. Who am I missing? Your worst nightmare. Always a pleasure. Oh, Mans.
Where
Thanks
did
for showing
Nicole
up.
go? She took off.
You
Little
did.
brat.
Yeah, Kala. I know you're off.
Thank you, Kala. It was nice seeing you, hon.
It
You too,
was. It
Taylor.
was. Okay. I think I got everybody. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody.
I
Okay.
hope
Good
so.
night. And we will see you, no doubt, sometime this week. Bye,
Hope so.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, night. Bye, Jenny.